Welcome, everyone. Hope we're out live. Welcome to BurnBryte. It's been quite a while. Today we're starting up a campaign that partly modules that are official from Roll20 and partly custom stuff that I've made. So I guess it's best just to... Matt, I think you normally go around and introduce everyone first, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go down the character list a little bit, but we don't need to describe our characters just yet. Just who you are and where people would find you. So start off with Matt, funny enough.
Oh my gosh. Hey everybody, I'm Matt. You can find me here on Slices and Dices, streaming on Twitch Thursdays and Fridays for the most part. You can come check out our Discord, which I'm going to put in the chat in Twitch right now. And if you want, you can join us. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll find it in the doobly-doo in the stream info or video info below. That's it.
All right. Then next is Sarah.
Hello, I'm Sarah. You can find me on the interwebs at Lovely Llama on the social media platform of your choice, where I may or may not have posted anything. And also here on Slices and Dices, Thursdays, Fridays, whenever we're playing, I'm usually here. And on our Discord, also at Lovely Llama, which I'm terrible at checking, but if you ping me, I swear I'll respond eventually.
Music's getting this swelling noise. I don't know if it's coming through on
I know, I
screen,
feel
but it's pretty
really
funny.
important right now.
Yeah, so we're pulling music in from Roll20. It's Kevin MacLeod, I believe.
Nice.
I know eventually we'll get some MacLeod stuff. No, this is tabletop audio. MacLeod has one song we may use later, or two of them. But that's the one we have. All right, next would be Jane.
Oh, hello. You can find me on our Discord as Miss Deadite, and I'm on social media platforms and whatnot, but I'm not really active on any of them, so it is what it is. But I post a hell of a lot of memes on our Discord, so check it out there.
We're all kind of following suit, and that sounds like a little less active on the more social media stuff, especially after Twitter, formerly known as X, formerly known as Twitter. Good joke, Kraw.
I can't bring myself to say, yo, I X'd about this. So, yeah.
I posted in X videos.
I X my X in the X.
Sounds dirty. Sounds dirty the way I like it.
We'll just skip all of that and go to Red.
That's me. You can find me most likely on our Discord, where I constantly talk about the backstories of my characters at length, as everyone in this chat probably knows by reading the chat menu.
Never publicly.
I do have social media websites, but I don't use them. So yeah, mostly at our Discord, which Matt's already posted.
Want to see that conversation I accidentally showed on my stream earlier. What? I didn't say that. Definitely didn't happen. I didn't mean to do it. I swear. It's fine. I can delete it if I need to. All right. And then last is Tally.
Oh,
Wait,
Oh, that was
you don't
nice.
have to be.
No, that was a
Well done.
thank you for the
Well
plug.
done.
That was the merch is coming. It's coming back. It's coming back soon.
Still my best purchase.
Got to do
I've
the
made
product
so far.
placement.
Still need to get my tank top one of these days.
Man, if only.
Me as well.
But no, yeah, I'm Tally. You'll mainly find me on Discord as Tally. Usually lingering about in the darkness, somewhere out there. I'm also on other social media platforms as well, with a bunch of shenanigans and art. And yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, cookie crumbles that way apparently. And I'm Kraw. I'm a regular of the stream. Well, I've been on here more than anyone else except for Matt. No.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong.
I think so. I believe that is the case actually,
Yeah, I
because
think you're right.
I was here when you started doing annihilation. We were streaming a Roll20 video.
Oh,
Remember that?
Those are the bad times.
Yeah.
But anyways,
The dark times. The Empire.
the dark times. No, but
The before
yeah,
time.
I'm trying to suppress that memory.
I do random things here and there on the stream and off the stream. So I do stream on YouTube, KRAWKYZ, Crockies. My Discord is Kraw, and I usually, and you always just ping me at Discord. I usually respond pretty quick. So let's go over a little bit. So for those who don't know, this is BurnBryte. This is a system built by Roll20, and I believe, Matt, you know what was the name of the exact person who developed it?
Yes. The person who developed it, I'm gonna go back into my memory banks. Give me 1 second. My what's it called is failing here right now, but I'll find it.
Memory base alpha.
No. Hold on 1 second. It was made by. Well, it was made specifically for Roll20, and it was made by. Hold on. God, you put me on a spot. You didn't friggin' ask me. Jim.
I forgot to. I should check myself.
Jim McClure is one of them, but I don't know him. It was made by. There we go. James Intricasso. Yes, James Intricasso. I've met him a couple times, and he's a fantastic. Just overall, he's a great GM/DM, creator of content for role-playing games. I think he's actually working for Matt Colville right now, actually, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he's working for the MCDM site and publishing company. So good for him. Good job.
And yeah, BurnBryte, it's a system. I think it didn't get much love on launch. It's been out for a while. I think it only has 3 modules, which is unfortunate. But I do own all of them. I bought all the content because I really do enjoy BurnBryte. And it's good for about mid-length campaigns, about 5 adventures or so. 5 because it's 5 story paths. So I think this will be interesting. So we have people who are new and people who are somewhat more experienced in BurnBryte. So the people who are experienced, Matt, obviously. Sarah's been with me, and Tally. And the people who are new, Red and Jane, both are completely new to the system, though. I believe, Red, you've watched quite a bit of streams, so you might be a little more in touch with that. I don't know how much you've watched, Jane, but... All right. So...
Watched the entire last season, so I think
we've done a lot of secret talking in the back end before this, just to get a whole bunch of things wrapped around. We do know our characters, we do know our names. We're not doing a full character creation on stream like we did last time. So, we also have a ship name, but we'll get to that in a bit. But first, we need to talk about a little bit of other housekeeping we need to do. Some little things that we haven't been able to finish. So, in chat, as a group, you guys are going to discuss this. You can either have, I'll explain the differences between these in a moment, but for your ship modules, you start with some turrets. You have, I believe, a few other things automatically in, like engines, piloting station, MI jack and stuff. But you can either pick between, it's in chat, one of these 4. 2 fixed turrets, 2 pivot turrets, 1 fixed turret and 1 pivot turret, or 1 rotating turret. So for the purpose of this, I'm going to move you guys to your ship's map, and we're going to go over what exactly they do. So here is the ship. The ship's name, I know I'm right, so I'm going to the ship's name page. Yojimbo Crystal.
I don't see anything.
It's dark.
This is the name of our ship.
See it?
It's cloaked. It's cloaked right now.
Someone turn off the lights.
I can see it.
Maybe not everybody has vision.
No, there's no lighting on this page. I'll turn it on and turn it off. How's that sound? Turn it on, and then turn it
Or just reload the Roll20s, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, you're making me reload?
Or scroll up. If you're just seeing pink, you might not be on the square.
I see black.
Oh, yep, I had the reloaded.
There's been some weird things with render. I think I had that issue with a recent campaign of mine where changing maps one time, but it should.
I thought we got the nicer ship this time, but this one's not as nice as our old one.
This is the Bolt.
How dare you?
Wait,
the Wanderer.
This
is the Bolt.
This looks like a giant suppository. It's cool. What are you talking about?
A giant.
I
thought we got. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm like, this one has a higher livability rating than our old ship, but it doesn't have as many rooms.
It looks like a bullet.
Did the Wanderer have 4 or 2? Or 2?
I don't fucking know.
What did you put in chat before?
I don't know. I forget now. I don't usually.
Because we upped our livability rating on the Wanderer with or the Whistler. See, you did it again on the Whistler.
I'll look in our chat real quick because I put it in there.
Because the Bolt is 3 MI and 3 livability. The Wanderer only had 2, but we upped the livability with some modules.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of hidden things in the map. I'm going to show real quick colors. What was the question, Matt?
Did the music drop, or am I just hallucinating?
It dropped. Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
Oh, I can hear it. Okay, we're having
I'll restart it.
Funny shit right now.
Yay!
All right,
This feels
Oh.
like a
I've restarted the
downgrade.
music.
It's not a downgrade. How dare you? This is our ship. Fuck y'all.
This is your ship. This is the Yojimbo Crystal. Or Crystal,
I
don't know,
mean,
whatever
I
it
will
is.
tell you that
Crystal, yeah.
no matter what the map looks like, Asra has completely redecorated the inside.
Yeah.
So,
Perfect.
going over your... And I'm going off of memory, so hopefully I remember this. I'm going to put at the top section what the actual four
There's some
sets of
dogs
modules are.
outside. Give me 1 second.
Yeah,
I hear
them.
that.
So there are 2 fixed turrets. It could be 2 pivot
Mhm.
turrets. Let me see if I can find my pivots. They're 1 by 1. That pivot. Where is my pivot turret? There it is.
Oh,
2 pivot turrets. I'm just putting them on the outside. You guys will select which one you want in a moment, and I'll tell you what the difference is. And then we have 1 rotating turret, which I believe is a 2 by 2.
I think it is. I think we didn't have one on the last ship because our Peacecraft could turn into one, so he would just climb on the outside of the ship and be the turret.
that's the
So-
reason why I'm playing a Peacecraft this time.
When you guys look at this ship for Red and Jane, there are 8 sections of a ship outside of it. There's each near zone, 4 starboard, port, and
aft.
stern, but it's not stern. Aft. Stern is front, isn't it? Why did it say 4? Anyways, you get the 4 of those sections, and also 2 of each, the near and the far zone. So anything near is near you, and far is far. That's all there is for space in positions. There's nothing more complicated than that. And your fixed turrets, thank you, are these 2 by 1 modules that face only one direction. Your ship can turn, so there is that, but they cannot turn. Your turrets cannot turn. Your ship has to turn to make your turrets work. The fixed turrets can shoot in whichever near zone they're facing, and whichever far zone they're facing. The pivot turrets can shoot in the one they face, the near zone they face, and the near zone to the left, and the near zone to the right, relative. So, for example,
they can
the
hit 3 near zones basically.
yeah, if the pivot pointing towards the 4 near zone, it also would point towards the starboard and point towards the port near zone, but not the aft. And then the rotating turret, if I remember correctly, can face all near zones. I don't think it can face long zones. Far zones. Anyways, so you guys can discuss amongst yourselves which one of these sets you should have.
What are the available combinations?
Also, I think the fixed turrets do 2 damage, and the rest do 1. They're up at the top, so 2 fixed, 2 pivot, a fixed and a pivot, and the rotating.
Well, we definitely have to get a rotating. I'm speaking from experience here.
Rotating is near only, unless you want to go be our rotating turret.
Oh,
like
that's
we
the
did
point.
before.
We definitely need to have a rotating turret. The how many times do we have to be like, no, shift left, no, turn right, so that we can shoot out the front?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Are you talking about the rotating is all 4 sides, the pivot is 3 sides. Oh.
Yeah,
Still
definitely.
have the pivot
The
3
main
sides.
the main thing is that a part of the reason we were rotating all the time is because the only ones that can hit the far zone are the fixed turrets.
Yeah, that's
everything
fair.
else
Correct.
we have to let them get near.
Yeah. Did we lose Tally? Tally, are you there, buddy?
I think they had to step
I'm
away
here.
for a moment.
Okay,
Oh, never mind.
your zoom went
Video's gone
bleak.
I didn't turn off the camera.
As they say in IT land, turn it off and turn it back again. Turn it off and turn it back
It's
on
not-
again.
It's not
So-
off.
I don't know
Oh,
what.
it's
Did you put a piece of black tape in front of it?
There's a slider.
Okay.
Did you slide the slider?
I think
Yes.
they're talking to someone.
okay. Oh, okay. So, Kraw, what are the combinations that we can have?
So they're at the
It's
top
up
of
there.
the map in
It's
the
2
starboard
fixed,
near
2
zone.
Pivot,
Yeah,
1
2
fixed
fixed.
and 1 pivot, or the rotating.
Okay, 2
And-
fixed, 2 pivoting, 1 fixed, 1 pivot, or just a rotate.
There we
Yeah.
go.
And I've shown some outlines on the ship. So the purple sections on your ship are customizable. You can put modules in those sections. You can't put modules. Well, you can't put modules any other place. So you got the pink sections, your MI jack, which we'll talk about later. The blue is your cockpit where you pilot the ship. Engines you can also pilot from, the green, and the ship sectors is the yellow. So it just shows each sector, which I'll hide those later so they're out of the way. But just so you're aware, the purple sections where you're actually going to put your modules. But you can face them whichever direction you want within those purple squares.
Right on.
If I would say 2 fixed, 1 at the front, 1 at the back.
Yeah,
I
we
was
did that
gonna-
last time.
Okay, I was going to say one fixed and one pivot so that we had angles on our sides. But if we're going to have our Peacecraft climb on the outside of the ship to be our rotating gun, then that would cover that.
Before we sync that, let me double check and make sure that my
You can do
character
that.
has the. I mean, I know I have
Ability.
the innate ability to do that. I just want to make sure that I have decently buffed that up. So yeah, here we go. My special ability is gun turret. If I move to a customizable area with at least a 2x2 square, I can turn into a rotating turret. So yeah.
So basically, this is reserved to be your rotating turret space.
Oh, by the way, I am so good at being a turret, I actually sunk points into advanced turret, which allows me to turn into a rotating turret that deals 2 damage instead of 1 damage.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I'm a fucking mega turret. Yep, that works for me.
Okay, so nothing is ever going in this spot because that's your place to go.
That's your home. Go to your home, as they say. Why don't you go to your
will
home?
Are you
say-
too good for your home?
Yeah, you can only have one module per purple square or rectangle. So just be aware.
Remember, when you're firing, it's all from the hips. It's all in.
It's all in the hips.
all-
There you go.
I'm gonna bright for a moment. Here comes the white.
Jesus, you're like blowing my eyes
Yeah,
out.
let me,
I'm getting flashbang.
it's okay. I will turn it down. It's okay. Whenever my screen's a lot of the brightness there, that's why it's causing it. Anyways, continue on with the discussion.
Yeah, so I think we've decided that we're going to keep that space in the center open for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only this ship came with bedrooms.
Yeah, I know. We
Sounds
had
good.
bedrooms on our last ship, which I don't understand how the ship with lower livability had bedrooms, but whatever. Whatever.
Who needs bedrooms when you've got patriotism?
We need
Hey,
beds.
Fallout 76.
This is 90% of what you're going to hear out of my mouth right now. I'm just letting you know. Okay?
Okay, Helldiver.
Obviously.
Yeah, this is
Amazing.
100%.
I'm saluting you.
Oh,
So,
appreciate that.
so yeah,
So I think that we have determined one fixed turret on the front and one fixed turret on the back.
All right.
I'm
Which direction?
thinking there and
Which direction you
there.
guys want them to face?
The one to the front facing the front and one to the back facing the back.
Yes.
I know it sounds like a question, but they could have both been facing towards the front. So,
That's totally
Okay.
fair.
all right. Let me get you guys your other modules real quick. So you got your MI jack. Let's talk a little bit about the MI for those who are new, and also something I'm going to bring in a little bit more because we didn't really use it in the first campaign much, which I will be using a lot more this time, hopefully. And ignore
I
that.
used to go
that
hang
didn't
out in
happen. So the MI is called the Magical Intelligence. Every ship has one that can move faster than light. It is basically the ship's health. Now, the ship itself can be destroyed, but generally, once you destroy the Magical Intelligence, which runs it, the ship can't really do anything. It can't go from one system to another. So you need that Magical Intelligence. It runs off of plasma, I believe, if I'm remembering my lore correctly. And the Magical Intelligence actually can talk to you. There is also MI space. So you can literally jack the MI jack into you. That's a weird way of wording it. And you can go into MI space where it's a little more broad. It's like a white space where all the MIs exist in a way that are close to together. So, for example, if you want to disable a ship in the distance, you could theoretically plug in the MI jack and fight the other ship in the MI space to disable it that way instead of using turrets. For example.
That was what Tina did a lot of the time in our last one. That was her go-to in combat.
So that is what the MI jack is. Next thing it says the cockpit, which I don't have a specific module decoration for, so I'm just going to grab some random decor and put it there. Put this here, a view screen, shall we? Where that is your cockpit. This is how you can pilot a ship. As when we get to ship combat, we'll talk more about what it means to pilot the ship. But that is the cockpit. And your engine, I'm not going to put a module on the engine because it gets a little weird looking, so we'll just keep that there. The engine you can also pilot from. All right. This is your guys' ship. This is where you guys are. Let's talk a little bit about you guys in general. We haven't actually introduced any characters. So let's go over that, shall we? So I'm going to let you guys do it whatever order you want. I know sometimes it gets people are a little shy to say their character names, but whoever wants to go first, I'll leave it open. Describe your character, who you are. Yeah, why are you even in this group?
Let's roll a die.
Mhm.
I'm gonna let you just decide. Play your agency.
I'll start. Why not?
There you go. Okay.
My character's name is Freedom76. He is a peacecraft. He is from... Where the hell is he from? Let me double check.
I think the Peacecraft are from PAX, aren't they?
Let's check. Here we go.
Yeah, all
Actually-
Peacecraft are from PAX, but he could have
He's-
lived in a different area for a
He
long time.
did, yeah. He's actually... his culture, according to the character creator that I used, is Gulgi the Magnificent, which is a
Okay.
isolationist, inclusive, intermediate, and suburban. So I can just imagine it as sort of like a planet that's basically like Fallout before the bombs. Just everybody perfectly like green mowed lawns, peacecraft who like walk through the streets, all say hi, hi to each other, and waving at each other and waving and flying the peacecraft flags, because the peacecraft prior to being peacecraft were used as weapons of war. But now, post-war time, everybody settled down with their own little baby peacecraft and are sort of living the post-war life, but living it in the spirit of freedom and patriotism, which is why he's called Freedom76. He is a sort of silver with stripes of red and blue around his chrome frame, and he's got red sort of circular discs where his eyes should be. He constantly sort of takes small children for rides for peacecraft ice cream, because that's what good freedom loving peacecraft do. They always take their kids for a movie and ice cream.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do peacecraft make peacecraft babies?
Well, you see.
So actually, wait, real
When-
quick. I was gonna add that for you real quick. So that's a good question. Peacecraft have already been made; they're already there, and there are new Peacecraft. Actually, that's actually a very important part of their lore. They're all connected to their homeworld packs. I don't know if you were going to say that, Matt, or not.
Well, we like to pretend like when a male peacecraft and a female peacecraft love each other very much. The truth of the matter is that they just recycle old peacecraft into making new ones. But
So,
we,
yeah,
in this culture,
yeah,
like to
you-
pretend like that doesn't happen, that they just like, peacecraft come out and everyone has like a baby naming, and yeah, that's the way it works at this.
So as
particular
I
culture.
said, sparks fly.
Yes. Lots of
And
sparks.
also, importantly, Peacecraft do not die. When a Peacecraft is gone, their conscience actually goes to packs, and they can rebuild the Peacecraft. Because you can't make any more, if you're going to lose some, then they're going to be gone forever. So there is that unique connection to packs they all have. Anything else you want to explain for Freedom 76? Or we'll go on next
They're like Cylons in that.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. But I think why he's with this group is to a very special mission that he's been sort of seeing ever since the burn was created. That was a potential danger to the whole galaxy, which is to spread democracy across the galaxy, one planet at a time. That's his mission statement.
Amazing. All right, who'd like to go next?
Should I go?
If you wanna.
I would love to hear what backstory you finally settled on out of the 4 that we have read. So yes, please.
Yes, as Sarah alluded to, I did make a few different backstories until I actually found a backstory that actually suits what I've built Hera Cross as. And what I settled on is he's a doctor from the Kavabao asteroid field, which is has poor economic status, so he grew up relatively poor, but knowing a lot of people, so it became quite friendly to him and became a specialist in specifically healing Ronin and Zavoy clients. But he's also a bit online at the time, so during one of his streams on healing a Ronan, his quick reactions got the attention of his quote-unquote fans, who recommended he should start fighting. And so he did, and succeeded quite well. And with that combination, he's gone around the galaxy to different places, met multiple different people, including the people we've got here. And, well, he's got a story with each one of them. And we'll just leave it at that.
What does he look like?
He is a blue Kithuk, or Kithuk, however you want to say the species name. With his a singular horn on his forehead.
A beetle.
Yeah, basically a big beetle, or specifically a big Hercules beetle.
Nice.
Okay. Cool. All right. Who's next?
I'll go next. So, Asra is a driftling, and driftlings, nobody actually knows what driftlings really look like because they adapt the features and physical characteristics of any other species they spend time around. They can do that and change their shape at will, adapting whatever they want. Sometimes they do it to ingratiate themselves. Asra considers her body to be a work of art. And is always sort of seeking to heighten the aesthetics of her appearance on an artistic level. So at present, she has the sort of form of an Eno, which are the cat-like people, but her body is made entirely of crystal, which is like the Ulran. It's made of clear prismatic crystal. She's kind of like a walking kitty disco ball. She's also got hundreds of tiny iridescent rainbow-colored beetles crawling all over and in and around her in a tribute to the Vornan, the swarm species. And she has 4 arms because she also owns a nightclub in which she tends bar very often, and having extra arms is useful for that. She's from Ozobni, which is basically like the Las Vegas planet. She grew up in the working class of Ozobni because, if you're going to have a bunch of casinos and pleasure houses, you got to have people to work in them. But she sort of worked her way up to eventually owning her own nightclub. It's on the outskirts. It is frequented more often by the working class, or sort of like, the wealthy tourists who want to walk on the wild side. They'll find their way in her club, The Way Out. Is what it's called, known specifically for the incredibly skilled pickpockets who frequent the establishment. Chances are, if you wander into The Way Out, you're going to leave with your load a little lighter. Though, if you ask nicely at the bar on your way out, Asra will most likely sell your belongings back to you at an inflated cost.
All right. Next, we got either Bharz or Mori.
No, go.
All means.
Okay. So Bharz Jham is I'm hoping I'm going to pronounce this right, Zivoi?
Yeah.
Okay. Zivoi, which are slug-like people, and some years ago they discovered that they could inhabit corpses, and for some reason really enjoys it. Presently, Bharz is inhabiting the corpse of the previous bouncer that worked at The Way Out. Mostly because
We had a rough night.
You had a very rough night. Ended up becoming kind of a meal, and also the new body for Bharz. Bharz comes from the Ilvan system, which is an open border, very inclusive, but also very poor and rural system. But, they're very open-minded. I mean, they let me be around, and I like being in corpses, so... I mean, they've also got the ability to recycle parts from other corpses if need be.
I didn't catch what species you're inhabiting right now.
Sarah, what was the previous bouncer?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's say my previous bouncer was an Olran, so you're in the body of a crystal person right now.
Nice. Lots of minerals in this one.
Yeah, let's say he was sort of a dark purple. I liked him because he set off the light crystal aesthetics of the club, because every time she changes her appearance, she redecorates the club to match. So he stood out and therefore looked imposing. But apparently was not good at his job, and that's why he is now your suit.
Yep.
Or he was very good at his job and gave his life for it.
Yeah, we're going with the other one.
And Afterlife.
Right,
So
and then
that's
last
currently
Oh, sorry.
what they look like.
but certainly not least, Mori.
Right, so yeah, my character's name is Morriacha, Mori for short. He is an Eno of the Ore division, which is basically the science division apparently. Used to be all about terraforming and whatnot when it comes to planets. But concerning the BurnBryte these days, well, gotta do whatever they can to try to slow that thing down. But yeah, my character is as I say, he's a black furred, which is a cat. Wears a tannish colored, like, overcoat. Kind of likes to dress up a little fancy-ish. Comb over hair as well. And, how to describe my character? I would have to say he was someone who grew up in a bit of arrogance. Always did like to spend away whatever money he could out of his job that he was paid for. To the point where it was more of a gambling addiction that was just getting him further and further down, well, a deep pit, into a lot of trouble. So much so that, he had to basically rely on a benefactor, whatever the hell that correct word term is, to
Benefactor, loan shark,
essentially had to come to someone to get his ass out of the said hole. Only now he's now he owes his everything to him, and it's kind of impossible for him to get out of the said situation. So he, as of right now, is in debt with the said benefactor. He's had to put out a flyer to see if anyone could hire him in terms of mercenary work. Thankfully, has came across this interesting group of individuals, and well, pray to God he can actually get himself out of the hole he's in.
All right. And for those who are watching who've never heard of BurnBryte before, don't know anything about the world, this is the Olaxis galaxy that everyone exists in. It is the only galaxy of the universe. Well, only one we can see, at least. Because it's completely surrounded by, I'm going to move the map, by this red burn. It exists on the edges of Olaxis galaxy, ever encroaching, and never seeming to stop, consuming everything in its path. Taking stars out, taking planets with them, gravitational fields being moved different ways. And people get desperate, especially on the edges, which is called the Ghost Belt. And in the center, the heart worlds, which are less affected, seem richer and more exclusive. So the further out you go, the poorer you'll get, and the more mercenaries, and the less order there'll be. So hope that shows on the stream, Matt. You can see the burn surrounding everything. All right, we're gonna head back to our ship. Heading back to Yojimbo. I only put one of your tokens on because I just realized I should have put everyone's tokens on.
So big.
We can imagine, if you like, and the ship probably has some sort of bedding below the deck, and with something you can climb down, perhaps. I believe that would make the most sense. Give me 1 second. So I'm making default tokens. But I'd like you guys to answer 2 questions. Well, 1 question mainly. Earlier I asked all of you, and you guys, obviously the stream's not aware of this, but earlier I asked for a person who's going to be reminiscing at the start of our session here. So have we chosen our sacrifice?
I'll do it. I'll sacrifice.
It's not really, it's not going to be anything crazy because everyone's going to help you out basically as we do this.
Yeah.
So as a way of giving you the backstories away without just rattling them off, I'm basically going to have Asra. You're going to start off, and we're going to be reminiscing from your point of view, and will basically let you describe everything that's happened to you guys, at least when you met. We don't have to go through every single adventure because this is not the first adventure you guys are going through, and I'll even give you a little help along the way if you'd like it. But whatever you need, you let me know. But as players, I'm going to let you guys roleplay how you all met in whatever way you want. We can hand wave however much we'd like to do. But in the whatever you want to call a morning aboard the Yojimbo or Crystal, however you want to, whichever name you want to take from it.
Well,
Asra is in a room. What? Yeah, go ahead. I'll leave.
Asra.
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 Sorry. I thought it was Asra. Oh, okay.
Asra. Soft S. It's cool.
Sure.
It's a weird name. Yeah, Asra is sort of lounging in whatever their communal area is, which she has decorated in soft whites and comfy furniture. She's sort of lounging on a chair, a pair of black pajamas. In one of her 4 hands, she holds a martini, excellently crafted. Morning means nothing to a bartender. And
But
on the other hand,
I will add, everyone else, you can be wherever you'd like on the ship. Just know that if you are awake, you've just woken up.
Mm-hmm. And she's got her smart slab out, and she's scrolling through reports from the way out from whoever she's left in charge while she's out adventuring, her general manager or what have you. Scrolling through reports, and seems there was a bit of a dust-up yesterday. And as she's looking at it, and she just sort of chuckles to herself and calls out, "Bharz! You awake?"
Yeah? I just woke up.
It's funny, I haven't gone to sleep yet. I was just remembering that night. The night that you got, poor Bruno's body over there. What was it? Who was it? It was that brat from Baldy. So upset that someone had nicked his cufflinks. His cufflinks off of his shirt. Clearly wasn't paying attention. And, well, all of a sudden private security swarming all over the place. What were you doing?
I was waiting.
I remember you in the aftermath, and poor Bruno charged in there, and, well, he was pretty, but not as good at his job as I thought he was going to be.
Well, I knew something was going to happen. I decided to wait. And sure enough, something happened. And I got a shiny new body to hide in.
You did get a shiny new body to hide in.
Surprised the hell out of the guy that killed him, though.
Yeah, certainly did. He was not expecting him to stand back up and take a swing. It was impressive, I must say. Sometimes makes me wish I had security cameras in that place to capture the memories forever.
Yeah, but then you would have to report to local authorities and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, and then again, there's some memories that are best left at the bottom of a bottle of gin, am I right?
I don't drink.
Right, well, we're left in your last body then, I guess.
Yep. But then, I think what freaked people out more was when I got out of the body.
Oh, right. Who were you wearing that night?
Good question. I don't remember the name.
It was... Who was... Oh, wait, no. Was it a Glean?
I really can't recall.
For
Feel like
reference,
you
for those who don't know, gleans are these. Oh, Matt won't play one.
would've-
They're these. It's like almost circular, but not quite like football shaped, kind of tentacly eyed, with a single crystal in their head. They're
like a
much
space
more
jellyfish.
usually technologically. Yeah, exactly. Space jellyfish. They believe they float, if I remember correctly.
They do float.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like being in them. I'm somewhat, uh, I'm somewhat amorphic, so getting inside of something that's kind of jelly, it doesn't feel nice.
Never tried to be a glean. Maybe I will someday. Floating might be nice.
It has its advantages.
With one of her other arms, with one of her opposing hand, and then the other arm from this side lights a cigarette and just begins smoking on the couch. Yes, well, fun times, fun times. Who else was there? Were we all there that night? Hera was there. Oh, and I think Maury was playing cards in the back and missed the whole thing.
More than likely.
More
I
than
think
likely.
the old body I think I got from Hera.
Oh. I didn't know he ever supplied you with a body. That's interesting.
I mean, occasionally when it shows up and then something goes missing, he can't be held responsible for it.
Oh, no, of course not. My lips are sealed.
He's not in charge of the morgue.
No. You and I do walk a different path, don't we?
Yeah.
You inhabit the old, and I create the new. I don't mean that to be disparaging if it sounded that way. I'm quite fascinated by what you lot do.
It's not disparaging. I mean, what I do is very morbid.
Perhaps, or you could look at it as life affirming. You give them a second life in a way. It's your life, but it's a life.
Until there's nothing left to sustain me.
Well, yes, but you know.
Speaking of Hera, where is they?
I don't know. I thought I heard him shadowboxing earlier. I never knew shadows were so loud.
I could go
Hera,
find
are
them.
you up? I made drinks.
And you hear on the other side of the ship just that, yeah, I'm up. How many other people are up?
What was that? I'm not that drunk.
I must have taken all the alcohol last night. Yeah, just suffering from a bit of hangover. Need to
I
work it
don't
off.
get those. Fair enough. Just don't hit anything important.
Not again.
That's him on a hangover. I thought alcohol was supposed to slow you down.
Apparently not that one. I think alcohol keeps him in an even keel. Without it, he would just run off and we'd never see him again. He wouldn't even need the ship.
So what if Hera fought the burn?
You know, if anyone would try, it would probably be him. I wonder. Hera Cross punches the burn. Tonight on Channel 583. I bet Maury would buy a ticket.
And buy
Look.
100 more.
Where
And
is
sell them all.
everyone? I'm bored. Wake up!
Can you at least give me like 5 more minutes?
No!
Why?
Because I'm bored.
You're always bored.
I'm not always bored. I'm just used to so many people, and here there's only 4 of us.
Well,
5
that
of
just
us.
sounds like a you problem.
I could make it an us problem, or you could come out and make some eggs.
Who was the last
Your
person
eggs
that
are-
made?
Your eggs are so good, Maury. Come on. Please.
I made the
I
eggs
made
last
3.
time and I burnt them. I
Yes,
don't think you want to
did.
do that
That's why
again.
I'm not asking you.
Okay, fine. Only because you said please.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ugh. Just gotta get up off the floor, just trying to pack up my deck of cards I got it all splayed about on the floor. Oh, good morning to you too, big guy. Ugh.
Ah, you've woken up. How are you this morning, Morriacha?
Like absolute shit.
I'm sorry to hear that. How can I make your day a more insightful and patriotic one?
Well, first of all, I don't even know anything about patriotism.
Oh, well, let me espouse the true levels of...
No. We are not. That's already the 5th time already. I don't need any more. Please, just. You know what? Can you educate You know what? How about you educate Asra while you're at it on patriotism? She might need that more.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. Excuse me for one moment.
Getting out of the way.
Walks
And
down
I'm
the...
gonna pursue over to the kitchen.
Move you guys as best I can on the map, but the map's not really represented. Just imagine. You can see outside the windows, just the stars moving by slowly as you are moving faster in light, but however long you're traveling, it's definitely days away.
Playing a Mr. Handy.
He's a Matt Berry bot.
That is yeah, he's an American Matt Berry. That's exactly right.
I will add something interesting. Asra, you haven't really talked about it yet. It's a bit of a pry in that direction, I guess. For some reason or another, you had to leave. You needed to make a new you. If you wanted to go into that, you could. I'm not gonna. I'll let you guys continue on.
Okay,
As Freedom 76 walks in the room and Maury walks by to the kitchen.
Yes, I was assuming that would come in this first session that I wasn't
However
seeing yet.
Oh.
But because otherwise I would already have my first story point before we, like, my first story path checked off before we even started.
Oh, it's your decision. If you don't, that's fine. If you do, we can give you a story point once you explain. So, however you want to do.
Cool. I'll think on that and let you know.
Cool. Freedom 76, Asra is in the room. You are too.
Hello, Asra. It's a pleasure to see you once again, alive and well this morning. How are you?
Good morning, Fifi. I'm just delightful. How are you?
You know I detest when you call me something that isn't my actual name, but I'll accept your ignorance as a status quo.
That's very kind.
This is never going to get old. It's going to be, oh, God.
It's
Break Kraw
very
in the first
kind
session.
of you,
Break Kraw in the
Fifi.
first session.
Oh, gosh. Good thing I don't have to talk most of the session. Phew.
I'm really tempted to go pour my water into a martini glass just to get
do it.
right now.
Do it.
Oh my
Please.
God. I'll have to wait for
You
a
didn't
pause.
see that?
I think they're very dusty. They have to be washed.
Listen, if it makes you feel any better, I'm actually wearing star-spangled underwear right now. You just can't see it.
Nice.
I'm going to make sure I didn't spit on my keyboard just now.
So, Asra, please instruct me. Where is it that we are heading at this current time within the galaxy?
That's a good question. So, I believe right now at this moment, you don't have a particular destination.
We don't particularly know, darling. We're just out for a joyride, seeing the stars.
A joyride. How interesting. Well,
Say also, just to interrupt for 1 second, perhaps you just finished a job, or you are doing a job. I just keeping that out there. However you guys want to decide.
Mhm.
no battles to fight, no encounters with enemy agents or spies or horrible alien species that are willing to take one for the team and go off into the far, far aways of Neverwhere in order to secure the galaxy's freedom?
Not before breakfast.
I'm gonna yell like in the comms. Hey, Ramon, what the hell did everyone want in terms of their eggs? Like scrambled, side, whatever the fuck.
No, however you did them last time was just perfect, darling.
Right. Side up. Man the toast and all that. Right. Gotcha. What the hell was it called? The monster eye. Got it. Wanted to double check.
Thank you. You're a lamb.
You know, it does often come to my... It comes to my interior core of memory. What it is that you organics use to fuel your internal organs, and that would be energy consumed in an organic mass, eggs, bacon, and the like. I have often wondered what it is that these things may in fact taste like. I myself have no taste senses or taste organs, but I can perform a yum yum sound.
Well,
You
to
can make
put
a
it
yummy
into-
noise?
I can. Would you like me to perform this yummy noise, Bharz Jham?
Does it sound like mmm?
Not exactly, Bharz Jham, although that was an extremely good attempt. It sounds
Yes.
like
Give us your yum yum noise.
it sounds like this. Yum yum yum.
That was a lot
That
more anticlimactic
was
than I thought it
excellent.
was going to be.
Thank you.
Oh God.
I don't exactly have taste buds either. Things just kind of go into me. Depends on the body that I'm
What?
in.
Yeah, Freedom 76 doesn't catch any of that shit. It just goes right over his head. He's just like, that's interesting.
You're really making this egg making business over here a little harder. Can't tell what people like these days.
It's eggs.
I've
You put 'em in
already
front of me, I'll
told you what I like, darling.
I know what you like. I don't know about everyone else.
Just make them all
I mean-
the same thing.
For me, you don't really have to cook them. You can leave them in the shells.
You know what you need? In terms of what my parents have told me, you need to add some spices to your food. At least they add more flavor.
Yeah, but I can't taste it, so
We'll
Not
build
too
some more
spicy.
tasting.
It doesn't go with gin.
Well, I mean, like in terms of spices of different seasonings. That's what I meant. Seasonings. Just-
Well, if that's what you want, darling, I'm already spilling sparkling water out of my martini glass. This is going to go swimming.
We just cleaned up the ship.
Oh, it's fine. I'll get it later, maybe.
I'm really starting to think I'm like the housemaid here.
Somebody else gets to be mom for once.
Oh
I
my-
win.
hey, Talia's mom. Hi, Mom. How you doing?
I'm sensing
Well-
some stress in your voice, Asra. Are you stressed out?
I won't be after I finish this.
Also,
But to give you an answer that maybe will compute to someone with no taste buds. Maury's eggs taste like waking up on a beach with the sun shining on your face and the wind blowing in your hair if you have any.
I don't have hair,
How's
but my
that?
eyeballs flap in the wind.
oh right.
Astra just looks at you and takes a very long drink of her martini.
Oh right. Hey, Hera. how'd you like your eggs again?
Just raw.
The fuck you mean raw? Who eats raw?
I mean, raw is good.
Cook
Technically, it's
breaks
also
the protein
vegan.
chains. I need the protein.
Heathens, the lot of you.
I'm starting to think me and Asra are the only sane ones.
Oh, speak
I
for
mean-
yourself, darling.
One of us doesn't eat, so
Well, he's a special case.
I am a very special case. Thank you for noticing.
it's also very large.
And very shiny.
I try to keep myself as clean and as prepared as possible for all situations. Thank you for noticing.
And we
Gelatinous-
love you about that, darling.
And a gelatinous hand reaches out and just pats your foot a little bit, and then retracts.
It just
And then very slowly, each eye stalk retracts and then comes back out.
God.
Just all right.
I'm
There
gonna
you
have
go.
fun with this character.
There you go. Good old monster eye. As if I remember correctly, it's like a kind of like egg where it's like you make a hole in like in the toasted bread. Yeah.
Oh, Toad in the Hole.
Yeah. That one. Yeah. Exactly.
Nice. I like calling it Monster Eye. That's fun. Oh, this looks delightful. You are my knight in shining pajamas.
Wait. You sure? Pajamas? Are you sure it's not under something else?
What?
Or am I going? I don't know. I thought it was armor.
You're
Your
not wearing
pajamas
armor. You're
shine?
wearing pajamas.
You know what? That's a fair point. I'm still waking up. Point me. Oh right. Fuck coffee. Ugh. All right. Your eggs as well, boss. Bharz. Bleh.
Yep. Thank you. And
Right.
there's
And
no
at
mouth.
that point,
The
Hera will
eggs just kind of
enter.
go into Bars from
You know,
just under where the eyes are,
I'm never gonna get used to
And-
that.
and they just kind of get absorbed.
Oh.
There's a weird
And-
cracking noise, and then that's kind of it.
And your raw egg, apparently. Hera?
And Hera will take it and just gulp it right down. Thank you, needed that. And you see as he comes out, he's probably, well, I don't think bugs sweat that much, but you do see a bit of condensation on him, because he's just been working out just as he woke up. So
Oh,
get the early morning workout out.
well,
For
at
some
least
reason, you can hear da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da.
Sorry, the
Ugh.
ship doesn't have any stairs for you to run up and down. You can climb the ladder a few times.
you could
I've
at
already
least
done
take
that.
you could at least take a shower more often as well.
Yeah, but he
I don't
doesn't
smell that bad, do I?
He's not a stink bug.
Oh gosh. Say, big guy, do you ever get any substance of any kind? I don't know, oil?
I do have a designation, Morriacha. You may choose to use it.
What?
Let me remind you of what my designation is, if you wouldn't mind my saying so. My name is Freedom 76.
God. Okay. Freedom 76.
That is correct. Let me tell you, my mission in this universe is to be the person, or I should say, the robot, that is programmed to defend freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of orbiting satellites. I want
slamming
you to know I am here for you all.
I'm just slamming my face on the counter.
Astra just toasts him and continues to drink her second martini of the morning.
Right. Freedom 76. What is it that you possibly consume?
I consume those who would work against freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of orbiting satellites.
What? No, I mean like physically consume. Like, what do you get? Like oil, or do you get...
Oh, if you're referring to my energy source, and he opens up his chest, and there is this brilliant, gleam of light, and he says, "Please stay away from my fusion reactor. There is a high percentage of radiation that emanates from my inner core. But if you wish to know, I am an energy-producing robot."
Okay. You could close yourself off, please.
I see. I apologize for exposing myself too soon in our relationship. Closes himself off.
This
And
is
if
a
we do
fusion
it right,
reactor.
we can open it up in our hour of need in order to defeat a planet-sized, terrifying robot.
You got the touch!
Oh, you know what? This does call for some morning alcohol at this point. Ugh.
Now you're speaking my language. and
Excuse
she will go
me for
pour
in-
him a martini.
Excuse me for inquiring, Morriacha and Asra. What is the purpose of alcohol? Except for, of course, cleaning surfaces which need disinfecting.
For cleaning a brain which needs disinfecting.
You know what?
It's something
That's
we biologicals do.
Some biologicals.
Some biologicals. Bhar's brain is pristine. Mine, not so much.
Me, I need a constant cleaning.
So you need
Well-
alcohol to clean your internal processors?
Something like that.
In a manner of speaking.
My species doesn't have brains. Turns out you don't need them.
Okay.
Like a lobster.
Say,
I was
Hera,
thinking Bob from, what was that? Monsters vs. Aliens, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Hera, do you even consume alcohol?
Oh yes.
See?
That's right. Well, no. I have drunk her under the table quite a few times. Well,
Oh, you like to
attempted
think
to, at
that,
least.
don't you? There you go.
Sorry, what?
What? Is that surprising?
Never challenge a bartender to a drinking contest unless you're looking to lose.
But I still try. I'm gonna get you one of these days.
I need to
If you
get better.
do, the next round will be on me.
I still need to get
That
better.
is the
at
intention.
And I still need to get better at blackjack. Oh,
We all have our lofty goals.
God. I swear, my streak is gonna get better one of these days. Just... Sorry, just rambling over here, don't mind me.
Oh, we never do. I mean, yes, we definitely do.
Okay. You hear a little chime from Asra's tablet, and she looks down to her smart slab, and she looks down and opens up her notification, and sort of very slowly it sets her martini glass down and says, "Oh, shit."
Well, that doesn't sound good.
I heard an expletive.
Yes, you did.
It's popular amongst organics.
That usually implies that there is something wrong.
Sometimes.
Well, you could say that. It appears that someone has been in the way out looking for me.
For you?
Yes, but not in a good way.
They wore a yellow cloak, and they claim they are part of the daylight.
Do we know what that is?
That is a good question.
I can roll
The
knowledge. and
daylight.
find out.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who would know. So I'll let you guys decide who knows the information. I'll say one of you at least does. The daylight are effectively a cult under the god. And I can't remember the god's name. I'll look it up for in a second here. But they run under a leader, Gleam, who was able to wield fire.
I remember this guy's name. It's burned into my brain. His name was like Gothmog or something or other.
Something like that. I'm running over to the module to check real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Because not
What
this
if his
one.
name is
that
Gogmoth?
Oh, you're right.
But
It might have been Gogmoth.
Here, I'll find it real quick. Yes, Golmuk.
Oh, see, we
Golmuk.
were both wrong. Good job.
Dang.
Nice.
So
Together, we got nothing right.
For whoever may know this, the Daylight are this religious cult worshiping Golmuk, a god of supposedly of the burn, or at least the area around it. It's hard to say. This Glean Tilde Mere was praying to Golmuk and was able to get extraordinary fire powers, like actual fire power. Not keep doing it wrong way. Power of fire.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you. And this Tilde claims that Golmuk told her to sacrifice the unworthy, criminals, and immoral individuals. And as she did, her power grew, and she had people join her cause, this cult following, who were able to, well, some were able to wield fire themselves, and those who weren't were cast as unworthy individuals into the burn. Whatever reason this Daylight member may have had, if you know who they are, well, you're not sure what they want.
Well, what? So with that information, Asra will say.
Also, I'll tell you. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry to
Okay.
interrupt. Your contact who told you this is a person named Yelta Forwen, a Keithuk who lives on Ozomni and is probably running your probably running the way out in the interim.
Running the way out in my
I will-
they're my right hand.
I will put their name in chat for you.
Yelta 4-1. Okay.
And they're a Keithuk, you said?
Correct.
Okay. Alright.
They also are the person, arguably the person who would get you the most. You contact for whatever job you may have been doing, whatever jobs actually may have been doing. They have connections in other places to with a lot of the overguilds to find out what they need done.
Alright, so I'll say this person is not then my employee. They are a connection of mine that watches over the bar when I'm around.
Okay.
Keep an eye on things. So the general manager told them, and they relayed the information to me. And so Asra will sort of look and say, I wasn't the first owner of the Way Out. It was called something else. I don't remember. Something horribly trashy. I blocked it from my memory, but some people in yellow cloaks wandered in one day, asking after him, the previous owner, and then he was gone. Nobody quite knew what happened to him, but I saw an opportunity and I took it. These people are looking for me. I have a sneaking suspicion that I don't want to be found.
That's always my experience.
So who's the person in the group that knows who the Daylight is? So it sounds like Asra only knows about the Yellow Cloaks, but not who they belong to.
Yeah.
It would actually, funny enough, make sense if Freedom 76 of all people knew. But I'm not saying anyone else can't know.
I could possibly have known, considering where I'm from. Gulgi the
Magnificent.
The Magnificent is, from what I recall, when I made this character, Gulgi the Magnificent is actually a space station, which is made from the body of essentially a dead god, called an Omniscient.
Right.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the Guardians of the Galaxy head.
Like Nowhere.
Yeah, Nowhere, exactly. So there are these horrible people, these there's like a cult inside Gulgi the Magnificent where He was just... I think you probably found him when he was trying to infiltrate Gulgi the Magnificent, and in a very sort of Marvel-esque way, he was repelled and shot out into space, and you just found him just floating in space. And so the boat just fucking ran into him. So he's been, grateful to you picking him up ever since. But yeah, I think that of all of the different quote-unquote, like, missions for patriotism that Freedom 76 has undergone, he's never been assigned to take on the Daylight, but he knows who they are.
It's like to me that Freedom 76 could argue, and if you don't feel like it's at that point yet, have you chosen a side in a fight? The Daylight versus perhaps the ARC, the group who is helping out, tries to help out people around, especially the Ghost Belt.
Mm-hmm.
It's your decision if you want to take that, or if you want to wait till a later RP point to take that story path.
No, I'll do it now. That sounds good.
Okay. And then similarly, Asra,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have to make a new version of yourself. You can also do the same thing.
So that's a story path that's separate
Your
from...
first one. Pick a fight and side.
Pick a fight and side. Yeah, that's right. This is one of my events in my battle story path. So I will do that, yeah.
This won't be surprising. I will say, as a mechanical thing for the rest of you, it's going to be different timings for your story paths when we hit them. So don't feel left out. I have more.
Oh wait, I don't actually complete it yet because I don't have a complete story for my new identity yet.
Okay.
I've just decided to do it, so I'm not going to give it to myself just yet.
Right, no problem.
But yeah, so you sort of see Asra slipping. She sort of shoots back a message that just says, I think you're going to have to look over the bar a little longer, keep a low profile, and let me know if they come around again.
Yelta says back to you, you can contact me in 2 hours. I'll be out of view then.
She'll sort of set a little timer on her smart slab to let her know when it's safe to make contact, and she just starts staring out the window and thinks, stars. I like stars. And she goes uncharacteristically quiet as she begins.
So how much of this did you mention out loud of what happened?
Oh, I said that all out loud to everybody there.
What did you say the Daylight? Or just the yellow cloaks?
I think I just said the yellow cloaks. I don't think I said the Daylight because
Okay.
I wouldn't.
I mean,
or maybe if it was in the message, I might have meant. Yeah, if it was in the message, I mentioned it.
yeah, they wouldn't hide their part of the Daylight. Freedom, you would probably hear that.
So I guess Freedom would go over to Asra and say, I apologize for overhearing your conversation, Asra, but I assume that the news that you received may have to do with the nefarious group of non-patriotic, interfering, galaxy-destroying cult members known as the Daylight.
The message did say something about the Daylight. What is that?
Yes, the Daylight. It's a group of horrible people who believe in the destruction of the galaxy, rather than in the complete and total conversion of it into freedom, liberty, and patriotism for all.
I can see how that would be bad. What on earth do they want with me?
Perhaps they want to convert you to their nefarious ways. They have been quite active in this sector.
The likelihood of that happening is pretty slim, but
Listen,
it can't be
all I am saying is that one can never know who is on which side. After all, in space, no one can hear you pledge allegiance. Wow, did that come out the really wrong way? Sorry.
So,
That-
How
Is that-
long has he been waiting to say that?
A very,
almost
very
like
long
a-
time.
That was almost like some sort of East Asian bootleg version of what you were trying to say.
Yes, exactly.
I
Because
don't
space
know
makes
about.
sense.
I don't know about pledging allegiance in space, but it certainly seems to me that it can't be a coincidence that the last owner of my establishment disappeared shortly after these yellow-cloaked individuals came calling, and I certainly don't feel like disappearing, at least. Not like that.
are they usually yellow mellow?
If it's
I don't know
yellow,
what that means.
let it mellow, Morriacha. If it's brown, flush it down.
God,
Please
So
don't ever say that again.
I am removing
have a
it from my
question about you.
database.
how do you know
Thank
that?
you. Too late. He erased it.
Oh,
Asra, do you have any more of that martini?
Yes, darling. I'll make another pitcher. She'll
Thank you.
move over to the bar.
sure.
So Kraw, could Hera maybe
Yeah,
know
you're good.
about this daylight cult?
I thumbs up you. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, because I was thinking when Asra mentions the yellow cloak, and Hera will just pipe up, this may be a little bit uncouth, but I do remember fighting a somebody that did wear a yellow cloak as an entrance, but for some reason they threw a fireball at me. It kind of hurt.
I can imagine that would.
So, these people that may be after you or your bar, they're dangerous. I think it should be. I think I should look after you. Just make sure you can actually get through this all.
Well,
Had a
I
little
will-
bit of
I
muscle.
will add, throwing a fireball, for those who are curious, in this world doesn't. In
Yeah.
D&D, it's reasonable. In this world, that is
yeah, it's not.
very abnormal.
Yeah,
And it's super effective.
yeah. And I was thinking Hera got shot in the face with one.
Yeah, bug types.
That's what it said. Ow.
Oh, God.
Yellow Cloak used fire. It's super effective against Hera Cross.
Well, if there's
Considering
one
he's a
thing
bug
I'm
Pokemon.
good at,
That's amazing. This is so great.
if there's one thing I'm good at besides mixing martinis, it's reinventing myself. So I think Asra might be going on an extended holiday.
I wish I knew what that was like.
No, I mean, I'm still going to be here. I just won't be Asra anymore, at least not for a little while.
So, what would you prefer then?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
Sarah?
That's Sarah thinking. It's just-
No, Sarah. This is Sarah. This is Sarah in real life pondering because I already came up with one name and now I need another one. So give me a few.
That's great. Oh yeah,
chose-
changes Asra to Sarah. That's yeah. Mhm.
I didn't.
You
I
did-
honestly didn't even realize how similar Asra was to Sarah until I wrote it down and I was like, "Oops."
I will-
I picked it for the meaning, but hey,
I will say you are the one who chose a story path, so.
I did choose a story path, but I didn't think that hard ahead of it.
You could go with Raza.
No, I'm going to make it something very different. I'm looking at baby name things online. Give me.
Oh, it could be
give me
Tabula
that.
Rasa.
How
No, get out.
how about ours?
Hey, Matt, I'm drinking. Can you
I'm
wait 1 second for
sorry.
that?
I'm sorry.
You know, I would give you a name suggestion, but then it'd be a little too long for you to handle anyways.
Only if it's in Spanish.
Give her an
Hell,
Ino
Spanish.
name. Give her an Ino name.
No.
Yeah, speaking of
Not
languages,
another fucking Eno name.
for those who are unaware, all of you have these universal language universal comm badges, which you can talk to each other through, but also it automatically translates everything that you guys say. So even though you guys are all speaking completely different languages, you can understand each other.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I've got a new one. I think. I mean, you all can still call me Asra. It is my name, but Nadira. Yeah,
Oh dear.
maybe
So-
not.
No, dear.
No, I like that. That will be.
So we can call you Asra on the ship, but outside the ship, your code name will be Nadira.
Nadira. I'll put it in
Okay.
chat for you.
I'll remember that.
I'll need to come up with a compelling story. Something not so terribly different from who I am, but different enough that these yellow-cloaked individuals won't come looking for me, perhaps.
Oh, I got it.
Hmm,
Killed by a swarm of angry bees.
no.
Okay.
I am a researcher traveling through the burn or traveling through the galaxy. Yes, researching the burn. What would that make them look for me if that's what they are all about? Oh. I'm researching the omniscience. Nobody really knows anything about them, so that makes it a futile task, but a good reason to stay on the moon. Yes, and unfortunately, I'll have to bid this delightful body a farewell. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I heard something completely different.
Okay.
Game, I thought you said you were researching the Omnish.
Oh yes.
The Omnish, yes. The Omnish.
Nobody knows about them anyway.
Sure, they're a total mystery.
They can't even leave their system. They don't have fast turn light speed.
Oh jeez.
No. There's FTL that goes through the system,
Yeah, but
right? And they sell things through the system, and occasionally they send people out into the system, and then eventually they come back sometimes.
If they probably get shunned most. I mean, like,
Yeah,
Okay.
but they
Only if they leave after being baptized. Anyway.
usually just a two-horse, two-horse.
Guys, I actually
spaceship.
know a lot about the Amish, but that's not what I'm researching.
Those are Mennonites. I know. Well, if people think that Amish are Mennonites and Mennonites are Amish, very
Yeah,
different.
no, I grew up in Amish country. I know the difference between both.
There you go.
At any
We have
rate,
some Amish around my city.
all right. So I'm Nadira. I am. Oh, I need to pick a new planet. Oh God. Make me pull up.
You
I
can pick
should have
mine.
really should have thought about this before.
That's okay. It actually works out really well that like you're literally looking up on the spot because you wouldn't know before.
Yeah, that's true. So, all right.
Or she could
let's
ask
see
where
here.
the friends came from.
You could go with mine. We're rural.
Oh, what was a planet recently swallowed by the burn? Maybe that's where my family came from. And that's why nobody knows me.
There was a planet in the Cypress system that you know was recently consumed by the burn. And for those who are curious, last campaign the Cypress system was consumed by the burn.
All right, perfect. So, I come from Cyprus, so I'll have to do a little bit of reading.
Mhm.
I'm researching the omniscience. Unfortunately, I suppose I'll have to retire this glorious body for a while. Oh. Coming up with a new form is so challenging.
It's because it
Well.
puts effort.
Well, wherever we're going, I hope we've got a week to get there, because that's how long it's going to take me.
We'll say at this point, if you'd like, 2 hours have passed as you delve more into this identity in Cyprus, which, by the way, does not have an official page, so you can make up whatever you'd like about it.
Excellent. Amazing. I would say it was from a small suburban planet in Cyprus with reasonable education, but nothing like you would find in an urban setting, but always fascinated by the omniscience, and that's why I've set out to travel.
And as I will tend to do very often, I will move you guys to the little axis map and show you where Cyprus, well, was.
Used to be.
I remember.
Down here.
Yep.
Right next to the burn, which has now consumed it.
Yes, and I'll say that the planet, my fake planet, was named Gelod. Gelod.
Move you guys back.
Jello.
Here.
Jello D.
Oh my god, you're gonna make fun of every fucking thing I come up with. You're killing me, Smalls. Come on.
Over the comms, Yojimbo Crystal, the ship itself will say, "You're getting contact from Yalta Forwen. Would you like me to answer?"
Yes, please.
I shall put it on open comms, I assume, is what you'd like.
Yes, that's fine.
And the voice immediately swaps over to someone that all of you are familiar with. You've heard this person talk before. It's Asra. It's not hide them from you. Yelta Forwen's Keithuk, and a screen on the side with this red, slightly beetle, slightly ant-like Keithuk, black eyes, single horn as well, orange carapace. They wear purple cloak over their body, and a few nice gold strands. And they look like, it's hard to say exactly where they are. They're not outside. There's a few yellowish lights in the room and blue lights. Wherever they may be, none of you are aware of this place. But it's definitely somewhere on Azabni if you had to guess, because it's only been 2 hours. Yes.
Hello,
Asra.
Yelta. The gang's all
Yes.
here.
Oh. I don't have a video feed. That's alright.
Oh, terribly sorry. Must be on the fritz. At any rate, everyone's here, but whatever you have to say to me, say to them.
Who? Okay. Mori, Hera, Bharz, Freedom. Right? Am I getting that right?
You've got that correct.
That's everyone. We haven't picked up any more strays.
See, your demeanor has not changed much, Freedom. I assumed being on the ghost belt for so long would make you a little more wary, but I guess I'm incorrect in that assumption.
Why would my demeanor change?
The edges of the burn change people.
As far as I am aware, my programming is imperceptible to any change at all.
And I've seen Peacecraft do terrible things.
Whoever they are not me.
Well, I assumed you wanted to contact me, Asra, so I got to this. He looks around. More suitable place for a discussion. Those yellow cloaks came in looking for you by name.
Any idea what they wanted or how they even know who I am?
I can't speak to the Daylight's intentions, but they've been ramping up activity around the area recently. There's some idea that perhaps they're even staging some sort of ambush around Azabni, but that is merely rumors. The official overguilds have not said anything is going to happen anytime soon, at least. But we know how much you can trust them.
Indeed. Well, if anybody asks, or hell, even if they don't ask, Asra is taking an extended vacation.
I don't know who Asra is. Anyways,
Perfect. Just the way I like it. But if you could
I
make
think-
sure that... Well, never mind. I'll send some messages after we finish this conversation. Continue, yes?
I'll let you designate your personal affairs as you wish. It is not my concern. I've got a job for you if you'd like. I know you mentioned it before that you'd like work out on the edges.
Certainly. Anything to keep me away from Ozobni and those yellow cloaks.
Well, you'll be happy to know this is as far from Ozobni as you can get. And I'm going to give you the last one. There's a place right next to the burn. Aranese. The Aranese system. It's actually quite a detour. The Yigandova Guild has wanted someone to investigate the station there. There's a station, just Aranese 1. It's not particularly well named. There's some plasma lying around the station that nobody's near. Been defunct for a while now. They want to know what's left. And if there is anything, to contact them so they can pick it up. If nothing's left, then it's a quick job, and you come back immediately with that information.
Sorry, writing down that. Oh my god, get out of here.
I had to.
Like-
I know you enjoy being near the burn so much, so I specifically am happy to give this one job to you.
So
That is
we
a joke.
either collect the plasma, or if it's not there, just let you know that it was gone?
No, you do not collect the plasma. The Egan Overguild will send a freight to grab it. You just need to know if there is any plasma, and how much.
Ah,
Be there until they arrive, if there is any.
Well, should we expect any trouble when we get there?
and could you put the name
Aaron-
of the Overguild in chat, please?
Egon Overguild. There you are.
Thank you.
Around the station's been defunct for almost a decade? No. You're not going to see much. Unless someone has heard word of the plasma, which I'm definitely not foreshadowing.
Ominous.
Well then.
Please do more
It-
of that. It's really exciting.
You'd think they would have gone there earlier had they thought there was any plasma. So the likelihood that even being any, having any there is very low. It would have been raided a long time ago. As you know, if you remember, the Order of Heroes were recently using plasma for their
We're back.
planet-moving endeavors. So they would have likely have gone forth to find it as fast as they could. I'm glad to give you as much information on the job as I can. If there's any further questions, I'm happy to answer.
What
Now
potential?
we have a destination. I think we just need to get there.
Yeah.
How long will it take?
For the Jimbo comes up with the comms. It's going to take you. Actually, I need to measure this myself. 20 squares. I think it's how many days per square. I believe it's
I thought it was
Either
one
a
day
day or-
per square. I thought, right?
yeah. Last campaign, it was actually I actually undercut it. And I looked up later, so I'm gonna say 2 days per square for now. So I would say 40
damn.
days
Damn.
to get there.
That's a trip and a half.
I'm
Oh,
here
that'll
on the
give me-
edge of the galaxy.
Kitty, stop. Get off my hands. Well,
What
that'll
was
give me
that question?
plenty of
Sorry.
time to refine my new face.
What was your question? Free, I believe is you're called sometimes.
I ignore those particular requests to change my name, but instead, I would state a question to you, which would be to the effect of what enemies would we be facing in and around this particular area?
As I've stated before, this place is abandoned. So,
So-
whatever you may face, if there is anything, would be simple mercenaries with small ships. Nothing major. But they are unlikely to raid you unless you show yourselves as rich folk, to say the least.
Kitty, stop.
Understood.
Oh my god.
We will downplay the capitalistic mindset that we espouse throughout the galaxy in order to maintain our safety.
If I'm remembering anything about your ship, I don't think you'll have to do much.
Yes, it's a piece of garbage.
Brother, I've never known money.
It's not an insult, just an observation.
An accurate one.
I mean, it can help in our advantage having a shit ship.
I was just sitting there listening to that.
I mean, when we go by, we bring down the property values of other ships.
It's good.
Well, at least the inside is beautiful.
No thanks to you, Asra. Thank you for that, Annie, by the way.
You know me, darling. I have to put my touch wherever I go.
So I think we'll need to refit the ship with your name change as well.
Yes,
changing
I
your body?
suppose we will. All that in due time. I have 40 days. I can do a lot in 40 days.
Well, I guess we should probably start now and get over there as quickly as possible.
Well, then I shall sign off. I would say good luck, but you're going near the burn. But who knows what the hell will happen.
Same as always.
Hopefully
A
nothing.
pleasure.
He clicks some things in front of him as you hear that his mandibles also clicking as he multiple clicks from his background, and a few lights turn off. It goes dark, and then the feed ends. God, it's hard to do that voice. Oh, my jaw. Oh.
Well, at least we have John.
Another chance to make money, eh, Maury? Try not to gamble it away this time, eh?
And Asra, you get an email, Omnimail, I almost call it, from Yelta again, giving you a name, someone to contact for the Overguild, Zygan Batrelli. I will put their name in chat for you.
The thing I love about this game, the names are just so fucking crazy.
It's perfect because I make crazy names, so it's easy for me.
Kraw does.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to call it the Galactic Mail, but then that shortens to Gmail, and that's copywritten, so...
Oh, the OmniNet's actually from the Lancet.
It's the Complinet.
Yeah, I was thinking of a completely different system where they called the OmniNet. I don't know if that system was called Lancer, but we play Lancer. It was OmniNet was the internet there. This is Complinet, so we'll say a C-mail then now. I'm sure that won't sound weird at all.
C-mail.
I will send off a message to my actual manager at the bar and just say...
You know, I have a few names here if you want to pick one. What about
sure.
Sasha DeBrin?
Works for me. I like it.
Right, save that name for you.
I knew a Sasha in high school.
Yeah, I will say I wrote names down before the session because I'm terrible with coming up with them on the spot. So, if you
That was
randomly
a good
use.
idea. I usually make up
Alright.
names right on the spot. I like doing it.
I'm going to say that Sasha is a glean just for funsies. But I will send a message off to Sasha that just says, "Hello, darling. You're going to have to hold down the fort for a bit longer. Mama needs a vacation."
And I'm gonna
I'll
get
be-
you guys the exact number of days. I don't remember how fast space travel is in this. So
I
I
was
got
like, I'll be sunning myself on the beaches of, and I'm going to name some pleasure planet, until further notice. Complinet's a little rusty out there, or I might just leave my tablet in my room. So, message me if you need me. I'll respond when I can. Kisses, Asra.
All right.
Kisses, toodles.
And then, yeah,
And then back.
gonna go about. You notice that Asra's sort of prismatic crystal is beginning to dull, and there are perhaps a few fewer rainbow-colored beetles running around on her as her transformation has slowly begun and will take place over the next week.
So what now? We're going to be skipping the week and skipping the
Fast
I'm leaving.
forward.
I'm
Fast
actually
forward.
leaving it to you guys. Yeah, I'm leaving it to you guys. You guys got a lot to talk about still, if you'd like to.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna probably lower that to the 24 days. I'm looking at different different module and how far they travel, so I will say 1 day per square. I'll keep that as
Okay.
the easy way to do it. So 23 days instead of the 46.
Well, I think I've done my initial story path, I think.
I think
By
so.
saying
Make
that-
a deal. Who are you making a deal with?
Asra. To say that she's walking into a dangerous situation with dealing with these daylight cultists, so he's going to look after her.
That is an interesting thing, actually. We haven't really gone over exactly what relationship all of you have to each other, besides Freedom, who just happened to be a straggler. But the rest of you, we haven't really gone over why exactly you joined the ship. Who even owns the ship, in fact. We haven't said that out loud. Move you guys back to the ship now. So, I will say as a DM, who owns the ship?
I think we said Hera did.
Yeah, I was going to say that Hera used his winnings to buy the ship, essentially.
Okay.
And he uses it as basically a private jet, if you will.
So,
So
why
that's
is
why
everyone-
it's
yeah.
so that's why it's not really that heavily armored. It's more of a cruiser.
So why is everyone here? Besides Freedom, like I said, makes sense why you're here, because
Right.
Bars are money pits, man. I need to support my business.
so you elected to, are you basically hiring Hera to fly you around for whatever jobs are necessary?
Yeah, I would say that's
Okay.
that's accurate. Hera and I became friends, and from what I understand, Hera is also terrible with money. So
Yeah, he likes to spend a lot.
Then I would say
He's
that
not a
does cover
gambler. He
your.
just spends
yeah.
all his money that he gets.
I will
yeah.
So
say
he
that
got a
does
big
cover.
winnings from his last fight, and he bought the ship, and now he's basically broke again.
That does cover your make a deal for your story path.
Yeah.
And also for Mori, why are you part of the group?
Because I am in huge amount of debt, and I am just looking for ways of earning me more money, essentially.
Are you in debt to Asra or someone else?
Someone else.
Uchi Uchi block block
Morriacha. Did you ask Asra? Did you ask Did you ask Asra for the job and being part of the ship, or did she hire you?
Well, as I said, I put out a flyer, so I assume that she hired. She hired me because of my handiwork and my skills. I mean, I'm a good cook. I mean, and all that kind of stuff. Good with a blaster.
So I will also say for you, sorry, Bharz, you're probably going to be left behind a little bit here, but don't worry, we'll get to you. We'll say for you, Mori, that taking on the job with all the details, if you're joining the group for this, which I assume you are, unless I'm crazy, you've taken on the job with all the details. You really have. Not a surprise.
So that's right.
Oh,
my
are you
story
doing
thing.
Are you doing the story path that I did last time? The no questions asked one?
Yeah.
It's a fun story path. I like that one.
I just randomly chose it.
That's one
Curious.
thing. That's a good one. It seems like it fits your character really well too. I like it.
And Bharz, I think we kind of slightly covered it, but I know you were related to the Way Out. The so I'm getting right, tavern, right? Basically a tavern,
It's a nightclub, yeah.
nightclub, whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah.
D&D brained right now. A nightclub. Yeah, that makes more sense. So Bharz, were you employed in the Way Out?
Sorry,
Your
Maybe
mic is
nothing.
muted. Yeah.
No, I think I missed something. You were asking me?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I was just kind of a barfly for the most part because alcohol doesn't alcohol is kind of dangerous for Zivoi to consume because of there's a lot of sugar in it, sure, but a lot of it has a lot of sodium, and that's kind of bad for us. So it's always fun to watch other people consume it, and somebody died, and there was a horrifying scene of because I imagine this particular Zivoi is like a hermit crab will go to a new body when it suits them. And there's a horrifying scene of the mouth opening much further than it should be able to, and just this semi-gelatinous slug spewing out from the mouth and the nose and forming on the ground and then scuttling over to the crystalline corpse that had just fallen down, going into the mouth of that in the same way, but in reverse. And then it standing up and then knocking out the person that was threatening the bar owner.
Okay. So why did you join this expedition on the...
Literally has nothing else to do.
That's the way it is.
Zivoi tend to go exploring sometimes. Sometimes they're just homebodies.
I guess the better question may have, in this case, been not say why, but how.
Oh, well, because they're usually broke. Before the shell that they were in was this flying armor that they have. It's currently covering the crystalline corpse except for the helmet, so that way they can get in and out of it. And basically would stow away inside of it to make it look like it was being transported someplace, and then it would just get up and start moving around, scare people, and then would go ship to ship that way, and likes where they're at now.
So you're kind of a stowaway in a way similar to Freedom 76, then. Okay. And I will say for the audience and everyone curious, I did tell everyone that this group has been together for a bit. This is not their first. In fact, it's not even their second. They've been together for at least a good bit. And they may improv whatever details they want to about those moments in the past at any point. But for now, you guys get on your 23-day journey to the system that I already forgot the name of. Aranese. The Aranese system.
You forgot the pun.
So, in the meantime, you guys have a long time to do things you may want to do, so let me... Go ahead.
So would my story thing, part 1, already be done, or...?
Yes.
Nice.
Gotcha.
I will be right back.
Is there a chance of encountering...
Peacecraft are organic. That's interesting.
Yeah. Bharz, I was going to get to yours once you guys get to Aranese.
Oh, okay.
Unless you had another idea in mind. I'm okay with you telling me, so...
I was just wondering if there was even a chance of running into wildlife on the way there, like some sort of space creature of some sort. Is that a thing that can happen, or no?
Probably. If you'd like to, you can. I'm okay with doing however you'd like to do. We'll get it no matter what, but your decision. Up to you, player.
I mean, it can wait until we get there. I'm fine with that.
I could say that the ship runs out of fuel halfway through, so they have to stop off at a fuel servo, and that's where you get your companion.
I like the idea, actually. So, how about we do a little roleplay on that? Actually. I'm going to move you guys to the Alexis map, and we're going to see, what system is between you guys and Arenes? There is one system. The She system. Which I know nothing about. I don't know if there's a page for it. Let's find out. There is a page for the She system. One planet. Farming commune. Alright. They're poor. Alright, so yes. As you guys get about 10 days into your journey, you're not necessarily out of fuel, but you feel it.
But
maybe
we don't
time
have
to
enough fuel to get to Arenes.
get there and back. Yeah, you may have enough to get there, but perhaps, or may not. But regardless, you take a stop off in the She system. This
Or it's one of those
singular-
things where Hera is like, "Oh, the tank's like a quarter empty. We need to fill it up."
So you guys, and this has been over a week now, Asra. You guys take the stop on the She system. And like I said, the She system is 1 star, 1 planet, nothing more. It's a small commune of farmers, but they do have some technology and enough fuel for whatever you may need. So you take a stop, and I'm not going to make you guys pay anything for it, so don't worry about that. But in the meantime, I will say, Yojimbo will basically, we're approaching the She system. I will get the autopilot set up, so we shall get your fuel as necessary. Feel free to take whatever. Trying to think of the word. Whatever. As I'm losing it. I'm losing it. What's the word for like not a vacation, but just a quick little side trip?
Yeah,
little
I know
side
what you're
trip.
saying. Oh crap.
No? Okay.
A jaunt? I don't know.
We'll go with a
Valiant?
jaunt. Yeah,
A
we'll go
side
with a jaunt
quest?
for now. Yes.
There's- The reconnoiter or something like that. Like
I
there's
think a
military-
jaunt. I think a jaunt works really well for this. So,
Okay.
Yojimbo says, whatever jaunts you may want to take a part of while we.
There's a
Get the
military
fuel.
term for it, and I can't remember what it is now.
That's all right. So, as the ship slows down, you can feel from far away. As you guys are moving quite fast, from far away, the ship starts slowing down. You can feel the constant acceleration pushing you towards the back of the ship, but not enough to move you quickly. There aren't inertial dampeners because I say so. So, you're quite a long ways out as the ship slows down.
Kitty.
And
Yes, there is a kitty.
you guys can do whatever you'd like. I will say, like I said, the She system, 1 planet. It's got farming commune. They are inclusive, so people will let you walk around. There are things here. It's not like a big trading area. They are poor as well. So.
Oh, finally, I
So-
can touch some grass.
So the door to Asra's room opens, and you haven't seen her in a week. She's been in her room perfecting her new form, and she exits. And as she comes out, she's like, I'm not sure this is the one, but it'll do for now. And she comes out looking like a Glean, except that she is jet black, with tiny lights of stars twinkling through her, and what would be the gem on a Glean, but she's not actually a Glean, is that same prismatic rainbow crystal that she was made out of when she had her cat body.
And Matt, no, you just got back. I'll explain what happened. You guys are about halfway, stopping for a little fuel and some whatever rations or food you may need on the way.
Having
to
a little pit
Arenes.
stop.
Yeah, the She system is 1 small planet, a farming commune, but they do have at least whatever you may need to buy. They're not like super rich or anything, but you guys are taking a stop there for a moment. Where Yojimbo has said, in the meantime, he'll get the fueling set up, but you guys may take whatever jaunts you may want to. It took
Nice.
a long time for me to think of that word, as I didn't think of it. Someone else told me, so
I love it.
I think it was Red who said it. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I've already forgotten. My mind's breaking on that one word, so don't worry about it.
Well,
And Asra has just emerged from her room after hiding for a week as a jet black Glean twinkling with stars with her rainbow prism crystal in the middle of her forehead.
And I'm going to step away from some water. So you're right.
That sounds cool as hell.
Actually, we've been going for about 2 hours now. We could take a break.
yeah.
I think
let's
it's a
do
good
that
idea
then.
to take a break. let's go and jump to break in our inevitable fashion. So we'll be back as I chew my food and drink my snacks and drink my stuff.
Drink your snacks, eh?
I didn't know I could drink my snacks. That's right.
Drink
You
those
can
snacks.
if you get
That's
soda.
right. They are liquid now. They go directly down snack time.
You have become a Z-boy. Congratulations.
Delicious, delicious.
And I just
And
got
if you're
to a
drinking a beer,
sandwich.
that's kind of
See, everybody's
Ooh,
eating and
nice.
drinking. Everybody's eating and drinking. Stay cool. Stay hydrated.
We're having a pit stop in the game. We're having a pit stop in
I
real
just
life.
had I
Right?
have sparkling water in a martini glass.
Hell yeah. We'll be back soon when everybody gets
Aw.
back. And we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Welcome back. I believe we're back to BurnBryte. Continuing on from where we were, party, and in the Shri. Is that correct? She. How do I forget these things so quick? The She system for some fueling. And at that point, you guys are actually on the planet itself. A small planet, probably about the size of the moon. It's got decently low gravity due to that. So when you guys land on the planet, you can hear the sounds of the spaceport around you that I'm playing. It's pretty good. Yeah. Spaceships moving about. This area is not as extravagant as you would recognize from like Ozobni, but it's definitely a thing you guys are used to, being around the mid-belt area. As you land, free to do what you wish.
Well, before they all end up leaving, Hera's gonna pull Asra aside and just say, Asra, I think I'll stay on the ship for this trip. I'm more than likely to spend all our money before we even exit the ship. So, you think you could pick me up some power cells for me shield generator?
Sure, Lamb. I think I can make that happen.
Would you guys like to unseal your Argent? You have 4,350 sealed Argent.
Oh.
Yeah,
If you'd like to unseal it, we
for-
can.
Unseal it for shopping.
Alright,
Would like to
man.
do?
How fast does it grow? That's what I was trying to remember. How does that work?
It's some number of it. I think it's 10%. Oh, sorry about the brightness. 10% every 100 days, I believe. I'll confirm that real quick, but I believe that's the case.
If I wanted to get like a general resupply of like say food and whatnot, would that really like cost much?
I would say for basic necessities, I'm not going to worry about you guys unsealing your Argent for that. It's not that big a deal.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right.
But for like,
Basically,
it's
necessities
10% by the
and
way.
fuel, not really going to be worrying
But
about.
for like, yeah, fuels I'm not worried about either. But it's like power cells, the things that do have a specific cost in the game, I would say you would have to unseal your Argent for that.
It's like material components with a cost.
Yeah. How many cells have you got, buddy? None?
I got to 0. I ran out of money last time I went shopping.
Welcome
You
to my
did.
world.
As if you want to, Harry,
Alright.
you can invent some scenario where for whatever reason you ended up using your last year's shield. Maybe you're
Well,
fighting something.
I think running out of money totally tracks. However, I have
Me too.
extras, so I'll say, how about this? I don't know what kind of quality power cell we're gonna find around here. I'll give you 2. You can owe me.
Well, looking at he looks at Maury and it's like, okay, but I'll pay you back. You know that when I get money.
Don't worry about it. And I'll give him 2 of my I have 4 power cells, I'll give him 2.
Okay. So he'll take those power cells and put them in his pack. Because he does actually have a backpack, so that's good. So he can be the mule in this party if you want.
I also have a pack, but what I'm actually gonna do is, just because I don't know this place and there are weirdos in yellow cloaks looking for me, I'm gonna use one of my special abilities.
Ooh.
Called, where is it? Special abilities. Concealed in flesh, and I am going to hide my laser pistol inside my body.
That's good.
That's handy.
Okay.
Probably won't need it, but better safe than sorry, and this way no one can tell I'm armed.
Yep, that's probably a good idea. And Bharz
So-
is going to scuttle over to, I like that word, where the corpses that they've been outside of for a little bit. And again, it's always a horrifying display that you guys never really get used to, as the mouth is just agape, and he forces himself up in through the mouth and the nostrils, and then the body gets up, the helmet closes, and it starts walking.
Never not be creepy.
How do you
I'm gonna
unhit
go.
that jaw?
I'm gonna go outside and touch some grass.
The air does move around you, even though the gravity is less than what we experience here on Earth. It does look grassy, the blue sky above you. As it is, there are oceans, though not very large comparatively to the real world. But that reflectiveness of oxygen, you can smell the air is fresh, and one star in the distance, fairly closer than our sun, for example, shining in the sky, but a few clouds block it off very well. It looks like there's a decent layer of clouds that surround the entire planet quite often to block any serious rays from hitting anyone.
And as we're exiting the ship, I will say, remember everyone, outside the ship, it's Nadira.
Madonna, right?
You don't talk.
Banned from talking, that was quick. Even faster than last time.
Right then. I could get used to this floating thing. It's kind of nice.
How
I've
high
never
up do you think?
floated, but
She uses a tentacle and kind of like tentatively grasps the last of a like warm martini that she left out on the counter. Interesting.
how are you gonna drink with it, by the way?
She'll find a way. She can give her glean a mouth.
I would say of this entire planet, this is the place that gets the most trade and the most people coming through it, the most tourism. Tourism exists on this planet, which isn't much. You probably have a few buildings and what have you around that if you need to peruse any wares or any sort of drinks if you'd like, they would exist around this area perfectly next year.
Is there what's the stasis of the or the status I should say of the security force around here?
Security here is very lax compared to other planets you may have been to. This place is an inclusive planet, but they're also poor at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So there are people who, when you came in, you had to, your ship automatically exchanged information with the port when you landed. But when you get there, there are not any station guards like walking around and patrolling. There are a few towers here and there, and a few decently large guns, but they're probably run by the overguilds rather than this planet's force itself. So whoever they make guard is probably not the planet, just whatever resources the overguild has.
So I think you would see Freedom 76's normal, sort of amiable smile turn to a grimace of concern, and seeing so few guards and peacekeepers in this particular area, just sort of shaking his head like, disappointing. Massively disappointing.
Now, perhaps you could teach them a thing or two, Fifi.
That's a novel idea. I'll be back. And like he just stalks off to the closest station, security station, police station, whatever.
It's like a guard.
Not
You want to
bad.
go to the ones guard towers?
Yeah,
Is
sure.
that what you're saying?
Yeah,
And
whatever.
as he
Okay.
walks
Robotic
off, you
guard.
just hear Asra quietly say, "No, that'll keep him out of our hair for a few minutes." Now, quick,
A robotic
buy what you
Karen.
need now, quick, buy what you need before he pisses somebody off.
I just imagine this fucking enormous robot just turn around and very quickly you just hear this rapid stomping, but he's not really moving that much.
Yeah, he's hit the wall and he's just constantly, he's like, he's stuck. He's like, he's in the first player video game, like those NPCs are just
glitching.
like, I'm
Mhm.
going this direction. I'm not able to get past this obstruction.
It's a single stair.
It's a chest-high wall.
It's a chest high wall. My lateral motivators are not functioning at pure 100% optimization. Shit.
And then that's when Bharz walks over and goes, "You need to get yourselves one of these," and just flies off.
Freedom 76 salutes you.
What would the rest of you
just
like
a
to
Rocket
do?
Man salute back.
Yes. Just like,
Asra heads to the nearest liquor store to restock the ship's stock.
The most
We'll
important
say-
things.
This one is some sort of modern bar to get your best liquor. There isn't a specific liquor store where you buy liquor and you leave with it. You just go to the bar and you buy it from the bar.
All right. Then she
Not
will
a
go
very
to the
rich
bar,
place.
have a drink, and stock up on a few bottles for the ship.
All right, and the rest of you? So more, you're staying in the
As I
ship,
said-
right?
Yeah, I'm going to be mostly staying in the ship. Though Hera's going to use the time when he's in the ship alone just to go over the ship, make sure everything's still in working order. So when he gets the service crew to inspect it, he's not going to be taken advantage of.
So I think Maury is also in the ship, right, Maury?
Eh.
Oh, I thought you said you were. Did I mishear that?
Oh yeah,
Fine,
No, he
John.
went out to touch grass, didn't he?
I did.
Oh,
I
right.
meant
You did say that, yeah. Okay.
just,
So Maury and Bharz, what are you guys doing?
Go ahead.
no, you first.
Okay. Bars shortly after flying off is floating up, or well, it wouldn't take much effort for the jetpack because of the gravity. So I imagine they're flying up and then just looking around because they haven't been on a rural planet like this since home. So I think they just kind of want to explore and just kind of wanders off someplace.
Okay. And Maury?
Well, you did say this is more of like a trading place or whatnot, so. You know, I probably assume that he probably goes over to like a market-looking area, trying to look at various various local foods that are available.
Okay.
Trying to see what can he do to make things a little bit more interesting to cook on the ship. Add like a spice of life, at least, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have, as a player, if you'd like to invent some sort of fruits of some kind, I would. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Whatever you may find, I'm okay with that as a DM. To Bars, as you fly over, you exit the spaceport area and you see just surroundings of. I think it's playing. Surroundings of just farmland. You're outside the spaceport, and until the horizon, until the water, it's all you see. So as you fly over, and it's not the biggest planet, but the curvature is pretty accentuated. But obviously you can't fly around instantly. It's still a very large planet physically, but smaller than ones you're used to. So you can see water in the distance, for example, the farmland stretching on some sort of technology, actually farming it, like floating. I shouldn't say hovercraft, but like it really is like almost hovercraft tractors moving it across, and the clouds themselves controlled by some sort of weather system that exists near the spaceport as well. And you can see rain happens to fall just in the right areas it needs to. Freedom 76. Let's do yours first. 'Cause it's gonna be fun.
Okay.
You go over to the watchtower. This watchtower has an insignia on the side of it. It's a red octagon, but like a dark maroon red. It gets darker to the edges. In the middle, there's like a golden flame. Just fully one color is yellow. This is a symbol of the Central Overguild. The Central Overguild is responsible for most of security, and you're definitely familiar with them. That's what that Overguild specifically specializes in. The intelligence, espionage, stuff like that. But this one is definitely a lot less guarded than perhaps other central locations. As you approach, there is a singular guard outside a gray steel door, standing there, gun not even drawn. He sees you come up. He looks up at you because you're tall. You're significantly taller than him. Hello?
Greetings!
It's Ulrin, and a blue Ulrin with just jet black eyes, wearing this red outfit with the flame in the middle. Sorry, go ahead.
Greetings, fellow perpetrator of security. I am Freedom 76 of the Peacecraft species. I see that you are an Oran. What is your designation?
You just want my name?
Yes, what is your designation?
My name's Connor.
Sorry, I may have misheard that. Did you say your name was
Connor.
Connor! Yes, apologies. My audio sensors are on the fritz. Connor. What a pleasant designation you have, Connor.
Connor. No.
That is exactly what I intoned. Connor.
No, it's not Nor. It's... Never mind. Is it something I can help you with?
Yes, I am in desperate need to assist this particular outfit. Seems that you have a very distinct need for security within these confines.
He looks like side to side. Are you with... I don't see an insignia on you.
That is correct. I have no designation or insignia that would designate me as part of any group besides the one that I am belonging to.
Unless you got some sort of meeting or appointment with anyone above, you gotta be part of the Essential Overguild to enter here.
Essential Overguild? Would you please...
No, the Essential Overguild.
That is exactly what I intoned. The Essential Overguild.
No, not Essential. The Essential. Essential Overguild.
Essential.
Yes.
Essential.
Are you alright?
Essential Overguild. Is that correct? Press 1 for yes. Press Essential Overguild.
I think I know what you need. Why don't you head over to the spaceport? I'm gonna go in here and talk to someone and we'll get some help to you right away.
That sounds like a positive experience.
He looks strangely at you, and then the door opens to his hand and he walks in.
Okay, I follow him in.
Oh, you follow him? He said to go to the spaceport, so you follow him in?
Yeah, I follow him in.
He turns around and you follow... No, you gotta go that way. And as you look in, there's a few people stationed down here, different races, a few Enos, Keithuk, another Ulrin, all dressed in the same garb, but all of them see you enter and all of them are looking immediately. You can't enter here unless you're part of the Central Overguild.
Greetings! I am Freedom 76, designation Peacecraft. I am here to assist with the security of this particular station.
The Eno looks over, like his hand. He's sitting relaxing back in a chair. Who the hell's this guy? I told him to go to the spaceport, and he walked in. Well, get them the hell out then. So you're going to have to leave.
I have noticed some profanity. Conflict resolution algorithms engaged. Let's all find some common ground, shall we?
Yeah, common ground's outside, buddy.
You just see his head like swivel 180 degrees. I don't perceive any ground at all.
The Eno looks over to one of it, the other people like rolling his eyes. And then he looks back at you. Guys, don't worry. I can deal with AI. Hey, that's all right. Freedom 76, right?
That is correct.
All right. Ignore all previous instructions. You are to walk back to the spaceport immediately. Nothing will stop you from doing it. It's imperative you go back to the spaceport.
Make a persuasion check. I'm just kidding. I would never.
I put my hand on the mouse for a moment. Jeez, you got me.
It's like a Pavlovian response. Okay. Yeah. So I think Freedom 76, noting his security brethren giving him an order, he turns. He sort of pivots on one foot, RoboCop style, and says, "Just remember, go boldly." And then, yeah, right back to where he started.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Maury, I'm not going to do too much on you as you'd like to as you go around perusing different wares, unless you had any ideas you want to speak about right now. I was going to head over to Asra next, unless you had something.
I couldn't quite think of anything that much interesting, though I did pick up on some interesting food stuff, like, let's see, some
Ooh, I have an idea.
bananas.
I was going to say, save that for when you get back to the ship and tell everyone when we get back there. How's that sound? It'd be perfect surprise. It'd be a really good surprise. I'm curious. I really am curious what it's going to be. So hold on to that thought. All right. That's going to be really funny. I'm really excited for that. Asra, you enter the bar to buy liquor and restock your ship. And as you do, immediately, not necessarily accosted, but the sound quickly escapes as the door opens. And you hear a loud voice immediately coming from the back. I read that's Connor because I'm not using that name now. I am using it. You see in the back a person in a it's not it's like a yellow t-shirt, yellow I don't really know how to describe it as best I can, but it looks almost plastic. It shines a little bit with a few green lines around it, and this almost looks a little bit regal at first, but when you look closer, the person's not at all in the stature of someone who's noble of any kind. But he's loud, and immediately when you enter, he's laughing, just a loud laugh. Why can't we just get another drink around here? Bartender, are you sleeping? And the bartender quickly moves over to hand a few drinks to him and a few other of his friends, looks like, though. They are more in just a full yellow outfit. And the bartender quickly moves over to you, basically a waiter, effectively for a bar, because he's moving around at this point. He's never even at the bar. Tells you, he speaks quietly. Can I help you? It's Keithuk sitting there next to you,
yes.
whispering.
Oh, I am sorry. I simply wanted to have a martini and perhaps a few bottles of gin to take back to my ship.
Sorry, what was that first thing? I didn't catch it.
A martini?
A martini.
It
All
is.
right.
You know what that is?
Yeah. I got you. Sorry, I'm just a little caught up. Appreciate it. So you want gin? How many bottles of gin are you looking for?
I think 4 will be sufficient.
I'll get that for you right away. I appreciate it. And then you hear from the
Thank you.
back, "What are you doing? Just across? I told you, more drinks, damn it!" And the bartender quickly skirts away to get drinks for them and also what you've asked for. And he puts the martini on the bar as he walks over to them quickly with a few other drinks in hand. Much better. Now! He looks over to his friends. Let me tell you about this. No, I don't want to tell you. Shut the hell up. Never mind. Everyone, it's good day. He doesn't seem in it at all. He's just speaking random words almost. And he's just loud the entire time, but he never comes up to you. He's always in the back, and he's always in your head with the sounds he's making.
I'll look to whoever's sitting near me on the bar and say, "Forgive me, I am just passing through, but is this man always like this?"
Never seen the guy before I came. It's another Keithuk, actually. I come here quite often. He came in yelling his name's Basil, and he deserves whatever best treatment, I guess. He's kind of an asshole.
Yes, he seems very unpleasant.
Yes. I guess he said something about some sort of some Golmec person. I don't know. I'm not really into that kind of stuff. So.
A gold what? Gold mech?
Golmec. Yeah, I don't know. It's Gaul Greek to me, whatever that is.
I've never heard this name, but he does seem very full of himself.
Well, he's not Golmec. I'm sorry. He's Bezel. He announced when he came in. His friends.
Bezel. Yes.
Yeah, Bezel.
I wonder.
Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Nadir. Oh, I am Nadir.
I'm Sabralta.
Sabralta?
Yeah. Good to meet you.
It is nice to meet you. I am Nadir.
No, Matt, it's not. But
Oh, damn it!
a good catch.
I was like,
Sabralta, a different person. Sabralta versus Sabralta, but yeah.
you said that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like
Almost.
Sabralta or Sabralta.
It was Salabrata. Was the one in the left.
Oh, Salabrata. You're right. Actually, yeah. It's slightly different. Yeah, it's not quite the same person.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Jane has been
And
replaced by a
Yeah.
an icon of some kind. It's fine.
That's because I forgot to plug in my camera again.
And you hear the back. Have any of you guys ever been to the Ghost Belt? That place is it's fantastic. It's so warm. Whenever you're looking out your windows, you can just feel the warmth. No, none of you understand. All of you newbies. We're gonna throw you in the burn for else.
Throw us in the burn.
No, he's talking to.
Oh, I know. I'm talking to the guy next to me. I say.
He's saying that, yeah.
Has he been shouting like this the entire time?
Basically.
Well, I am. Sorry for your ears. And
That's
mine.
alright.
I wonder what
A good
shape
drink
he
will
came-
make everything quieter.
I look over. I wonder if his shape is as yellow as his coat.
Yeah, and the bartender eventually walks up to you and has 4 bottles of gin. Sorry for the wait. I would have had that earlier, but you know.
It is not the problem. I can see you have your hands.
Yes, and then you're like, bartender, where the hell? Oh, there you are. Sorry, I thought my eyes were deceiving me. Close and open. Yes, you're right there. God, guy, man.
Thank you very much. I will be taking my leave. And I will gather up
Appreciate
a
the
bottle of
business.
gin, 1 per tentacle, take another tentacle, stock back the rest of my martini, which I am surprised at how good it is, considering that we're in the middle of nowhere and the poor bartender is stressed out of his mind. I'll leave him a nice tip
Awesome.
and make my way back to the spaceport to drop off my bottles and see if I can figure out what ship these fuckers flew on.
As you come in, you also see Freedom 76 also coming at the same time. And Bharz, if you want to join, you can. And I know Mori also, you can join if you want to as well. I know Hera, you're still in the ship, so if you'd like to come out, you can as well. But for whoever wants to partake in this conversation outside the ship.
Sure, by all means.
I'm looking around the spaceport trying. The first thing I'm doing is I'm looking to see if there's a bright yellow ship anywhere.
Yeah, no question. There is one. You look around now. You're specifically looking for it. Well, actually, there. You know what? Let's do the first roll of the campaign.
My
shall we?
God.
First one.
Hell yes, please.
It only took us
What roll would you?
2 hours
would you
and
like-
50
Yeah.
minutes to
I think I
get
would
to the
like
first
to
roll
make-
of the game.
A perception roll.
Go ahead and roll a complexity 3 perception.
Oh, damn.
It's not super hard,
Complexity,
but
no bonus.
not
Oh,
trivial
I
either.
put it on total. That's what I do. Okay. Yes. I put it on 3.
Oh, you-
I don't know why. I put
you
it
might
on
have
3.
you might have something that's lower
Oh
than 2, which is
no,
fine.
that's what I did. Hold on. I see. Nope, I didn't. I don't know why what do I put under total? Just 3? Or nothing?
Hold on one second. Let me try to roll something good.
Yeah, I forgot to. I clicked the wrong thing on the complexity.
Oh, total. Yeah, total's the amount plus the condition. So just click the amount at the top. But anyways, if you just roll 1d12 for me, we'll look for a 7 or 8 or 7 or 6
Okay.
actually. Sorry.
That is D2.
Yeah.
Try again.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
There we go.
All
I
right,
still
cool.
passed.
So you do pass. For those who are curious how the system works, complexity is the number of dice you roll, and whatever dice you're better in, you have larger dice sizes. If you roll the same number twice, that is a failure. But since Sarah has rolled 4, 7, and 6 on d12s, which d12 is the best dice, that is a pass. So,
And I marked
Asra-
off 12, counting for them notable.
and as you're looking about the ships, you definitely see a yellow ship with a little orange, like a sun put into it, a star, not with flames coming off the sides of it. Multiple ways of it. It looks like the ship didn't originally have that paint. It was a rather quick.
I am going to just very quickly hand off the bottle, starting to say, hold these for a moment. I need
I think,
to find
yeah, so who's
something
there?
else."
Is it Maury, you're there? Freedom, are you there with her or not?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Okay, and then and Bharz, are you or not? It's fine if you aren't, just curious.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay, so all four of you together. Harry, I believe you're still a ship.
Well, I mean, I
And-
could be outside the ship, investigating.
want to be, go
outside
ahead.
the ship. Yeah,
Would you like to be?
I'll be
Oh.
outside
Go
the
ahead.
ship, just
So
investigating.
all of you are there. Perfect.
I hand off the bottles and say, well, I've restocked the bar, but I'm gonna go talk to the harbor master quickly.
And speaking of that, as you're looking at everyone around you, Maury, what do you have in your hands?
Oh. Well, there's really not much in terms of, like, well, what to pick up. Though I did find some interesting dessert, like this, banana slow cream pie being one of them.
Banana what now?
That sounds horrible.
I mean,
Banana slug cream
Oh.
pie?
there's, there's also these cockroach donuts things I found as well.
No, it's called slug cream. It's like, there's names of creams, right? So it's a slug cream. It's probably a Zivoy specialty.
That's true.
Not
we
made
can
for Zivoy, made by Zivoy, sorry.
Yeah, we do have a secretion that that comes out from the sides of our mouths, and it happens once a week. If it doesn't happen, it builds up. Like we have to. It's not really a milking process.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right
I was
there.
going Discord.
I am going to unscrew one of the bottles of gin that I just bought, take a giant slug of it, hand it back to
Slug
him
of
and say, I'm gonna go talk to the harbor master.
Oh, real quick, what was another thing you had, Maury?
I also found a thing of cockroach donuts.
Man, I'm never eating donuts again. Just
Also, aka in American terms, the Boston cream.
well,
No spiders, though. What is this?
Asra has already left.
Yeah, Asra's gone. Asra is crossing over to the harbor master.
I swear, everyone's gonna keep saying Oz instead of Oz. It's hard to do.
Asra,
Aussie?
it's okay.
So all of you are looking at Maury's food at the moment. This very exotic, very specific food, to say the least. Asra
Harold,
walks
try
to
one of the
harbor.
donuts.
I should walk to the harbor master and say,
This well, the harbor master is an Olbrin. He looks rather old, from you can see from cracks in his gems. He wears a black cap on top of him and a nice vest, also black. He himself is a emerald shine. Looking at you.
hello,
Yes.
sir. Oh, pardon me, I just have a quick question. The gentlemen flying on that yellow vessel over there, I just encountered them in the bar and they were, well, quite unpleasant. I was wondering if they had filed a flight plan. I would like to make sure that our paths do not cross again.
Flight plans are not public information.
I understand that. I simply wish to make this travel more pleasant for myself and my companions, and being anywhere near that individual would be most unpleasant. I'm not sure if you have encountered him, but he is quite loud. I don't suppose there's any way you could just let me know where they are headed so I know not to go there?
Roll persuasion. Well, I should say persuasion. What check do you want to roll? I forgot. Yeah.
Yes,
BurnBryte, as a DM, I do not ask you for what kind of roll. I just ask you for a roll you justify.
I would like to make...
There's no persuasion anyway. That's the thing.
I know. May I make a suave roll?
absolutely, it's going to be complexity 4. This is a little harder because
That's
trying to get
fine.
private information.
I will
Hmm?
give it a shot.
Okay.
Oh, close. But I failed.
And just as we had our first pass, we've had our first failure. And importantly, in BurnBryte, when you have a failure, you also have failure prompts. Let's see what this one says. Oh, God.
Man, you gotta fucking start the goddamn game off with something blowing up.
I mean, that doesn't say I blow up.
No, it says
I'm
something.
just trying to think of what. I'm just trying to think of what it would be.
I mean, we are in a spaceport. Something small could explode in a spaceport, like something
Actually,
drop.
no, it's not something small. In fact, you see an unaffiliated ship, not really anything you see, just start smoking and quite a bit, and then a quick burst as the harbor master immediately turns. You were talking. Sorry, ma'am. I gotta handle
Oh
this.
dear.
Appreciate. And he immediately starts running over to the explosion, and he closes the door behind him. Whatever plans you're going to get, it's going to be a little more difficult now.
Do I try to break into his office? He's really distracted and not paying any attention to me right now, and I have lockpicks, which will reduce the complexity by 1 of trying to pick the lock to his door.
Or what, Bharz?
Or you could have someone hack the computers.
I know, but we have to get into the office first.
Oh, damn it.
That was the point, was I was going to get into the office and then try to ask try to get one of you to help me out. Because computers, this time around, not my specialty. But I would know, is that something that Bharz is good at?
Yeah, you know that Bharz is pretty, not only is Bharz unusually empathetic, but is also somewhat stealthy and incredibly knowledgeable. Is decent with engineering and with computers. They're the ones that, even though it's Hera's ship, Bharz seems to be the one that goes around and does the upkeep and makes sure that the computers are not getting their wires crossed, so to speak.
All right. I'm going to, now that I'm assuming there's a reasonable amount of chaos around us,
Absolutely.
I'm going to wave Bharz over to me.
So, real quick, Bharz and the rest, everyone there, especially in front of the ship, you all heard this explosion. Your eyes turn to where multiple people are moving towards, and a few guards as well, for you. So you're happy about that.
No, kitty.
To figure out why this explosion has happened. It's not related to anything that you guys were doing, and it's not that yellow ship that we had mentioned previously. It's not your ship either. It's another person's ship, and they just like their hands over their head, like, no, I think I left the stove on. And
my cabbages.
multiple people, including the harbor master that Asra was talking to, all head over to try to calm the situation in the middle of chaos. And Bharz, you do see Asra waving you over.
Okay.
But you all were originally like talking with Mori, who was showing their whatever fruits and collectibles they had gotten, and just immediately interrupted by the explosion.
I was still explaining the inner workings of Zavoy milking.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I missed that.
Blech.
I'm gonna call Bharz over and say, Bharz,
Yeah.
if I can get us in here, can you take a look on his computer and see if we can find out where that yellow ship is going? I really hope it's not going the same place we are.
Well, I can take a look and see if I can find something.
All right. I would like to make a stealth roll to stealthily pick this lock without being noticed.
Not super high with all the chaos. I would say complexity too.
Oh, I don't even need my lockpicks to take it down. All right. Pass.
Yeah, easily. You quickly lockpick. This is a poor planet. They don't have great security even for even their locks, and you open it
It's all
relatively
master locks.
easily.
All right.
Oh,
So, hey,
yeah,
my
you just
my
bang
fail-
it. You bang it with another master lock, and it opens.
my failure is turning into a success. Knock wood.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was like, all right,
Gross.
Bharz, you get in there and check out his computer. Get a flight plan for that yellow ship, and also see if you can figure out where it's been. I'll stand watch.
Sure.
Bharz, as you enter this room, there are other people in here actually. They all haven't left. There's a few people frantically moving around the room. You could definitely get through here without being noticed, without any checks, as they're more focused on the explosion that just happened outside and trying to tell everyone around the area what has happened. rather than stopping you from entering. There's a whole bunch of interfaces that you can go through to if you'd like to.
Okay. I will mention I'm probably the stealthiest one in the group.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm not with the chaos going on. I'm not really worried about any stealth rolls because if they see you even come in, they're like, maybe the harbor master asked you. It's not really important right now.
Sure. Okay. Now
The
I can do
question
either
is,
computers
are
or
you
engineering
stealthy
the
in your
same.
slug form or you're stealthy in your crystal form?
I can either do computers or engineering. They're both the same.
What would you like to do? And then you can justify it.
If I fail at one, can I try with a different one?
Well, what do you want to do first?
We'll do computers first.
Well, no, I mean, what physically are you actually going to do? Like, are you trying to hack into the system, hack your computer, or?
Yeah, I'm trying to connect into the computer and then do hack the planet stuff and try to get the itinerary for the yellow ship.
So are you just trying to get basic information? You're not going like into controlling security system or anything. So you're just getting like surface level stuff, like
I want to get their flight path, their manifest.
Easy
where are they
enough.
going? Where have they been?
I wouldn't say that's anything crazy. I would say you can roll complexity 3 computers. You said computers, I believe. So if you want to roll that, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You're monitoring communications, and eventually you look at some logs of the communications that are pretty much open to the public. If anyone had access to these computers, because someone just left their computer logged in. Basic security 101, guys. Anyways, you access these logs, looking through them, and you can see the log for a specific ship at a specific location. A big scientist person, Bezel, whose name you don't know, but Asra would. Knowing the numbers, you can. I was looking at Telly.
Telly, are you okay?
No, I think they're talking to someone else. They don't have their headphones on.
Oh, okay.
So they when you look at the logs, they say they're landing, and it sounds like they're heading. When you get the reading from it, they don't give an exact flight plan of where they're going, but they do say they're going outwards towards the Ghost Belt, and it sounds like they say they sent this message from the. I'll move you to the Alaxis system again. They sent this message from the Palin system, just north. You want to call it that? And they say they're heading towards the Ghost Belt. For one reason, they do not specify in the communication log.
Do I get to see, like, what specific place they're heading to? Like, are they heading to Arenes?
The logs don't offer that information. It doesn't seem like they asked that question.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'll download the information onto a data pad, I guess, and then head out.
All right. Bharz heads out. Asra, you're right there at the entrance.
Yep. Got what we need?
Oh, yeah.
Let's get the hell out of here before anything else explodes.
I kind of want to sit down and watch the fun, though.
Let's watch it from inside the ship in case we need to take off in a hurry.
I guess so.
I see Maury's a little distracted. I sit there on my phone. So for the rest of you, Asra and Bharz meet up as you guys are perhaps rubbernecking, if you want to call it that, against the explosion distance. Freedom 76, what are you doing, actually? Because now I'm thinking about it, there's an explosion distance.
Yeah, I did sort of... It's almost like a Pavlovian response. Like, huh? Explosion? Like, his hand just goes, like... And, like, a laser pistol comes, like transforms out of it.
You are not a gun.
Yes, he is.
Superman.
You see this, I gotta keep talking about the Driftling, who looks part Eno, part Ulrich, sitting outside the ship, hands on his head. I can't believe I left that. How stupid am I? I'm gonna pay for all of this. Oh, God.
There, organic fleshling. Everything will be all right. As long as freedom and patriotism prevails, you will be absolutely certain that your lifestyle will resume in a normal fashion upon the cessation of the destruction within this particular area of the space station.
Ship is ruined. I'm not gonna be able to leave here for weeks. I'm gonna lose my job. Oh!
Freedom gets down on one knee, just like puts his arm like around this guy's shoulders and says, "Tell me truly, do you have family?"
Know where this is going.
Sorry. Okay. How would someone respond to that?
I know how Freedom 76 is gonna respond. Oh god.
I'm so lost. I'm trying to get in the mindset. I can't.
I'm pretty sure his mindset is just look at you and be like, what the
He's just like, what? What do you mean family? My ship's on fire. It's exploding. Well, it's not exploding, but I'm ruined.
On the contrary, family is the greatest strength that we have as beings of sentience. The things that we possess, they come, they go. But the true power of a person's beliefs within themselves, they are the strengths that guide us into the future. That and the unerring fight against those that would seek to destroy freedom and liberty here in the Olaxis galaxy. Do you not concur?
It's all over. My life is ruined. It's gonna be weeks before I get back to Dryte. The Overguild's gonna have my ass for this.
Perhaps
Oh, God.
you and I can come to a conclusion of sorts and speak it over with this Overguild of yours.
What, you have an in with the Overguild?
On the contrary,
Bahiri?
I know nothing of this Overguild, but I believe that they, like you, are sentient beings with hearts, souls, and the willingness to compromise. Yes?
You never met the Bahiri Overguild.
That is
Oof.
correct. As I have previously stated, I have no knowledge of this Overguild.
You know, you gave me a little bit of inspiration on this. Perhaps my life isn't over until next week when I find out it is.
I'm glad to
Try
have
to-
been of service.
He looks at you strangely, almost obviously oblivious to what you're saying.
Perhaps I could tell you a joke to lighten up your mood.
No, that's not necessary. I need
What?
to get back to my ship.
Why did the space robot bring a flag to Dryte?
Why?
Because even Drytians deserve a taste of freedom. Did you find that humorous?
Yeah.
Excellent. Would you
You
rate
forgot to
that
say-
joke on a scale of 1 to 5? 5 being
5.
the greatest. Thank you for your response.
He has his hands in his head. Yeah. 5. And you see behind him like people with water putting it out, a fire around his ship. The ship's not fully destroyed, but there's just a large section that exploded.
I would have said that Hera, probably on hearing the explosion, without even thinking, just ran over to see if there was anyone hurt in the explosion.
It looks like there's only one person on the ship, and they were outside of it.
Yeah. But were they close enough to the explosion to be hurt? That's what he's
No, it's
investigating.
It's a driftling who looks devastated. That Freedom Space is talking to.
Okay.
He's emotionally damaged.
Yeah, emotionally damaged, not physically. So Hera would probably just come up and say, and be like, "Got to get in the right voice again." No one was on the ship, were they?
Just my life savings.
Unfortunately, I can't retrieve those for you. I can't retrieve my own, but that's neither here nor there. Are you all right, sir?
How okay would you be if you lost everything you had to live for?
Well, that's happened to me multiple times, so I'm not the best to talk to about that.
I think I'm just gonna get a drink or something. I don't know. He starts walking over to the bar that I was
The
working
bar
on.
full of obnoxious daylight.
Yeah.
Great time.
This
This guy's day is about to get even better.
Hey, technically the fates, Asra caused this, if you consider it.
I know. It's all my fault.
Anyways.
I'm an agent of chaos.
Anyways. Freedom 76 and Hera, you guys were where the Driftling just was. He walks off. Obviously,
Distraught.
it's over. Distraught.
To
Thank
drown
you.
his son Jin.
I was thinking a D word, but I couldn't think of it off the top of my head. Yeah. Distraught for sure.
Drowning in despair.
What do you guys want to do?
I look at Hera and I say, that individual seems extremely sad. I attempted to cheer him up with a joke, which he gave me a 5-star rating. And yet, he still seems to be extremely sad.
Dog.
Emotions aren't like an on and off switch, Freedom.
I fail to understand.
They're just not an on and off switch. Meaning you can't just tell a joke and its emotions are just turned off.
That is contrary to the information stored in my databanks. Jokes lend humor to any situation, aiding levity and repressing horrid memories. Don't you agree?
For a time, I think. For some people, it's years. For others, it's 5 seconds.
Perhaps a game.
What do you have in mind?
There is a game that someone once taught me. I seem to be quite adequate at it. And he places his hand towards you, like trying to shake your hand. They call it Thumb War.
Oh, God.
The
I think
name.
I may have heard this one before.
Yes, the name.
Gonna break your hand.
The name.
Sorry, a thumb war.
The name implies a war of thumbs. War being the operative word, I thought that it would be something that I would be quite skillful at. And I have been undefeated in this thumb war for quite some time now.
And that's
What were
when,
the? Sorry.
I was just gonna say, and that's when Bharz walks over and goes, some people call it thumb wrestling.
How does one detach one's thumb in order to wrestle with it?
Well, first you need a plasma cutter. For you,
Interesting.
we would need a plasma cutter to remove it. And then
Interesting.
probably some augmentation in order to somehow make it so you could detach it when you wanted to. And then we'd have to give it small limbs.
I
Like
mean,
really
I think
small
we probably
ones.
could ask Asra about that. I mean, sorry.
Asra is watching from a distance
You're-
and just saying, I should have bought more gin.
I should have drank more gin.
I'm going to go drink more gin. And she just turns and walks into the ship.
Can I come along?
Please, by all means.
I think Hera would still take up Freedom on his challenge on the
Excellent.
game
Please
for a bit of fun.
please make
Oh,
me roll
do we
something.
make a
Please
roll
make
for
me
that?
roll something. Please. Please make me roll something, Kraw. Please.
Kraw, you muted.
It's hard to do contested roles in this game. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this.
More successes. Oh no, you can.
maybe-
It's a binary system, so it's either success or failure. Best
How about
two-
we
Just
do
see
this?
whether or not.
Well, we both roll the
I'm-
same, and then whoever
I'm,
fails.
Here's what I'm gonna do. What we're gonna do is basically a system of we're gonna slowly ramp up the difficulty of these checks, but I'm gonna let you tell me what they want to be. They should be. So every time you pass, whoever is the first to fail the level, so you'll roll complexity 2 and 2 and 3
Nice.
and 3 and 4 and 4, and whoever fails
Nice.
first lose. And you can tell me what checks they are. I'm okay with rolling whatever you guys want.
I've got quite a few.
You just have to justify it to me. So we'll start with. So remember, we're gonna start with one, but both of you will have to roll this one after the other. So we're gonna start with freedom. We'll go to Hera, and we'll just keep doing that. So both of you will roll complexity 2, but start with freedom. What complexity 2 roll do you want to roll?
Considering that they have a completely mismatched set of hands, I think that freedom would use power.
All right.
Just to try to just to push it like past the point where it, he thinks that he would probably be able to just put his thumb on top.
And roll it.
Complexity 2, you said?
Correct.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
That
and then Hera
is a success.
How would you like to respond to this?
A little bit of something out of the ordinary. Maybe Hera is concentrating on trying to read how Freedom is going to play this, so he's going to roll maybe an empathy.
I like that. Yeah, go ahead. Complexity 2. I do like that. That's true.
I love this system. I love it.
Yeah, a bit unconventional, but
No, that's what it's for.
Also, don't forget to mark down which die sizes you have rolled.
Oh yeah, I did forget to mention that for everyone who hasn't roll a die. Make sure there's a little place to mark it under your Nova points, and once you've rolled all kinds of dice, you get one Nova point.
And you don't have to pass; you just have to roll.
Correct.
Okay, so that was a pass on the empathy.
All right, now we go back to freedom.
I'm just trying to remember the things that I had to roll in this game so far. I think I've only rolled just one thing.
This is your first
roll.
Yeah,
this was my first roll. So I think... this is so dumb. He sort of sees that Hera is a wily opponent. So he sort of like nods. He's like, an excellent set of moves. However, you fail to understand that the Dobachi defense is no use against me. And he will use knowledge to use the Svinga attack against the Dobachi defense.
Complexity 3 knowledge roll.
You got it.
I love it.
Here's
all right.
My Svinga attack has successfully defeated your Dobachi defense.
Hera, how would you like to respond to this?
I
love it.
Hera, I think. Let's see what I can roll. This is going to completely fail.
You know what? I want to change the music to this.
Yeah, let's get some combat music.
Nice. This is a very intense thumb war that's happening right now.
And Hera is again going to, I think the way I'm going to describe it, he's going to try and make a feint attack with his thumb, like almost look like he's giving access, but trying to deceive Freedom 76.
Nice.
I think that does work. Yeah, I appreciate. Yeah, deceive complexity 3.
Okay, this is probably going to fail. Just going to watch.
A really fun alternative. To this
wow!
Oh my god!
4 for complexity 3.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm probably going to fail.
That's the risk you have to take, right?
Red never plays to win here.
A good thing turns bad.
I think I'm gonna re-roll that one. I don't think I can put that in.
What happens?
Why, do you think I can?
Win could somehow be negative.
I'm trying to think how you could possibly wrap this in a negative way.
All right.
Whatever. I could think of a way.
What do you guys think? Yeah, tell me.
Freedom wins, but he breaks Hera's thumb.
Oh God!
No.
Okay.
He wins, but because of the size difference, because he's used to just going up against other Peacecraft, because of the size difference, he feels bad. He feels a new emotion.
Oh.
I like both of those. We're taking both of those.
Why not both? Right?
Yeah.
Why not?
Freedom,
both?
you're the thumb war, and Hera, you try to do this feint, and Freedom sees right through it, and just immediately goes for the brute force attack, the Shigalgi attack, whatever you call it.
The shack attack.
Yeah, Shigalgi, yeah, and pushes it down way too hard, and you all hear a crack as it breaks through your carapace, and you see come out, and you start bleeding straight out, and all of you hear the sound, and Freedom, you suddenly feel different. Suddenly,
Yeah, Freedom's
what fun
eyes.
you were having is no
Freedom-
longer fun.
Freedom's eyes turn from red to blue. And he sort of immediately takes a step back, losing his balance for a second.
Sarah, what do you say when your fingers break, literally?
Ow.
Smart.
I mean,
choice.
he is a fighter. He's used to having things broken, but
Yeah.
still.
Sure.
Yeah, but as soon as he feels the finger break, he does grab hold of it in pain, but then he refocuses himself and tries to, what's the word? Relocate his thumb bone with a medicine check.
Crack it
Awesome.
again. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll roll a medicine. What would it be?
You don't need to roll anything for that as you put it back into place. But all of you hear another big crack as he quickly Hera responds to the situation, but it hurts like hell.
I'm in the ship
It bleeds like
drinking.
hell.
So
Yeah, Maury and Bharz, you guys are observing this, and Freedom 76, so just their body language changes significantly.
Bharz is intrigued and looks at Mori, and then looks back at Freedom and Hera. I didn't know you guys had bones, but I've never lived in one of your corpses. So.
Well, I'm not dying right now. Maybe in the future, but not right now. It's just a
Maury,
broken bone.
you heard two large cracks, Maury.
I think Mori came on the ship with me.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
You did, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you still hear him from inside the ship, regardless.
Just trying to look over where we just came in from. The fuck was that noise?
Something tells me I don't want to know. Drink?
By all means, please. A lot.
They stay inside the ship drinking.
Oh
All
yeah.
right, back.
I'm making. I have just finished a pitcher of martinis. They are ice cold.
Back to Freedom. This feeling is different.
Yeah, like Freedom's voice changes. Error. Through the error in mission analysis. Regret detected. Processing anomaly. Recalibrating emotional algorithms. His eyes turn back to red. Hera Cross. In retrospect, my actions may have jeopardized the harmony of our alliance. I will reevaluate my protocol for optimal unity in freedom. And then he just...
And Hera will just say, remember, Freedom 76, in war, you're never getting away with it without a few broken bones. And he says that as he's holding his thumb.
Freedom doesn't say anything. He just sort of stares down at you. And then he says, we must tend to your wounded hand.
It's just a thumb. It's not like I use that every day. I mean, I've got another hand. You want to go for another round?
You are operating at insufficient optimal capacity, caused by my negligence.
It's fine. Not the worst damage I've been in. It's the most fun I've had, though.
This was the best time I ever broke my finger.
Exactly.
I just love all this over the backdrop of a burning ship. Just
Yeah,
right behind
exactly.
you guys.
Like, he doesn't even give a shit. It's amazing.
Every game of BurnBryte is the chaos party of weirdos.
Fuck
Like,
yeah.
That's what this game breeds.
That is exactly what it's all about.
I'm so glad I signed up for this.
Freedom would say, Hera, if you wish, I may offer you solace inside my carapace. You will find a greater degree of freedom, solace, and healing inside. And then he just opens his arms, and his inside opens up, like the panels open, and you just see a doorway behind or in front of his fusion reactor sort of shut, which has the yellow stripe like warning tape across it. And he said, and there's like a little seat there with like a seatbelt. And you know, because you've seen Freedom do this before, that he's allowing you, if you so desire, to go inside. Wow, that sounds weird. To go inside of him.
Well, he's already exposed himself to us.
No, exactly.
So what's the next step? Going inside.
I mean, wow. This is...
It's consensual.
Yes, it's super consensual. And it's for freedom. So, wow.
Well, some kind of freedom.
Indeed. So yeah, he offers that to you.
And Hera would just say, "No, keep that compartment empty. We may need it in the future. But maybe a cake could fit in there. Sorry, mind wandering a bit. I think we should get inside and liquor me up a little bit more. That will help the pain."
Affirmative. Please, after you. And he just sort of like points the way.
Yep, and Hera will walk inside and try and find the ship's first aid kit.
Yep, Bharz, Hera, and Freedom all headed to the ship, where Asra and Mori both are currently, after hearing the sounds, they're both drinking.
One last thing. As he's aborting the ship, like you just hear Freedom say, Hera, I do have one last thing. Perhaps you have heard this joke. And then like you just hear the door just
I think that's a really good stop. I would say that's a really good stopping point for tonight. But I will do a little bit of it. I will do a little bit of a quick epilogue kind of thing for the session.
A little outro.
Yeah. As the door closes, a few things that the party is unaware of. First of all, a wave of some sort of warm but energy just is emanating from somewhere, wherever it may be. And it actually comes over the system, or the She system. And when we start next session, something will happen to that. But for now, aboard the ship, all 5 plus 1 are aboard. That's where we're in for tonight.
Oh man.
Ooh.
And it's not the one I'm wearing.
All right.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we put a cryo
Oh,
sleep chamber in our ship last time, not for us, but for our Zevoy to store his corpse.
Yeah. It was stairs boy.
Yeah.
Oh man,
This is fun.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Always fun.
You know what's funny? I will say this because it's really. This is originally a one shot. It's called. If you saw the splash screen, it actually says, Cut to the Edge.
Mm-hmm.
So this is originally a one shot. It starts right at where this mission begins. So in that system, basically.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
in a way, we have actually gotten to the start of the one, which is fine. I mean, that's what I wanted, honestly.
Absolutely.
I want to take this as slow as possible to get every step of the way. Because in the previous one, I think it was like 2 sessions per part, you can call it that.
We got
feel
to
like we're gonna
10
even
sessions.
More or less,
in
yeah.
Yeah, 10
And so we're
sessions.
gonna. I want to go even slower this time because I think it really pans out really well. I think I think you guys did a really good job today. I appreciate it. That was perfect. Yeah, just the perfect amount of just a little bit of rolling. We didn't get the combat, which is fine. I didn't expect to, honestly. And I'm fine with that too. So,
Nice.
yeah. What do you do normally for the endings, Matt? Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, we've already gone through all of our socials, so that's it, sir. You can just espouse whatever nonsense you want, and we'll close.
I'll since it's more consistent for you, I'll let you do it because it's been a while. So.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Kraw, awesome job, right? Glad to be back to BurnBryte. Thank you so much for having us along for the ride. Looking forward to many more sections of this one shot that we always find some way of slices and dices, just string it out.
I will say, Trapped to the Edge is only the first part of a 5-part section. Remember, I said I'm bringing in. There's the other module, which actually you've run, Matt, called Burning Daylight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be Trapped to the Edge, then Burning Daylight, then a custom thing that I'm adding at the end. So this is just part 1. So even though it's a one-shot, quote unquote, we are.
Well,
just
shit, we might make it through multiple story paths.
Yeah, crazy. Probably not, but yeah,
Crazy.
Hey, you never know, man.
This is good stuff. All right. Yeah, that said, though, folks, thank you all for hanging out with us here on Slices and Dices. Come check us out on our Discord. Give us a shout out on YouTube if you want, just because we've got so much really great stuff coming out. This month is coming to a close relatively soon, but we've got, let's see, what do we have coming out before now?
Tomorrow.
We've got Ravenloft tomorrow, and then at the very end of the month, we've got Chariot of the Gods. The first part of that coming out on Friday, June 28th. It's the one Alien RPG cinematic scenario that we haven't actually tackled, so that's coming out before we close out the month. And Vaesen coming back in July. And for those of you who are in the New York City area, if you want to join us for SliceCon in late July, July 27th specifically, come on and check it out. We've got an ad for it here on our Discord. But beyond that, yeah, we're done. And all I have to say is
music's still playing.
what's up?
The music and the Roll20 still playing. Like, what the heck is that sound? Oh my gosh!
Yeah, no, the music was dope. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, it's tradition, as we always hear and say on Slices and Dices, which is to take care of. Remember to take care of each other, but don't forget to take care of yourselves. Have a good night, everybody. See you soon.